GameSpeak podcast. This week is episode 202, and we are about to begin.
Wow.
In 3, 2, 1. Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to the 202nd episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games, and you can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Go do it. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Joffre, alongside Brent, Bicentennial Bass.
Oh, I thought you were going to call me Bison Titty Bass. I was like,
Bison Titty.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
What's a female bison? Is it
I
still?
think it's just a bison.
It's
right?
just a bison.
They don't change from. They're not.
This is what Devin's here for.
Yeah,
which, by the way, Devin is here.
Devin is here. We got Devin on the P's and Q's, if you will.
Hey, click that thing where it says, "What is a female bison called?" Devin, we're getting straight into this, everybody. Male bison are called bulls.
Oh, just cows.
While females are called cows. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're just like
Enlightening.
cows, pretty much.
So cow titty
That was
Brent.
And
All
welcome
that
to
to get to
GameSpeak.
that. But yeah, so what's been up, guys? What have you guys been doing this week?
Oh man, you know.
Yeah, you know.
I
I
of
watched,
course, yes, I know. I don't even know why I asked. I was there,
I always know.
outside your windows.
I actually watched, have y'all watched the WandaVision?
I haven't.
No, I haven't. I don't even think my Disney Plus is active anymore.
Ooh.
unfortunately.
So, I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very confused when I watched the first 2 episodes, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was sitting there and just, it's not what you think at first, but it has the potential to be really, really good and really interesting.
Like in the future, did you finish the season already?
What? No, they're doing it.
It's like the
yeah,
Mandalorian.
they released 2 at the beginning last week, and then it's like episode by
One
episode.
every week.
Yeah, one every Friday.
See, I'm not into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know what I'm saying? So like, I wouldn't even, if I watch this, I would have no idea what's going on with anything.
If you are into the MCU, then this is definitely a show for you.
I'm like halfway in with the Marvel universe. Like I know my shit about certain things about Marvel, you know, like Spider-Man specifically. Really into Spider-Man and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like I don't know anything about Vision or you know,
Wanda.
Yeah. Well, Scarlet Witch, right? I don't know anything about Scarlet Witch or Vision. So
who's Wanda though?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. That's just her like.
Oh, that's her like human name.
Superhero.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I got you. Yeah, I know nothing of these.
I don't even really know much about like I don't know like I don't understand their role in like the movies like Endgame and stuff. Like I don't really get where they came from and shit. Does this explain that, or did they have a movie before this that I wasn't aware of or something?
I think this is introducing them. Right?
No,
No, because they were in both Endgame and Infinity War, right? But were they in?
Well, they're
anything
also Age of
before that?
Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
that's
Age of
what
Ultron
I need to
was-
watch. So that's their real introduction.
that's
I haven't
the
even
origin.
seen Age of Ultron, so there you go.
Yeah, everything's kind of explained.
So
Not
how's
really
it?
with Scarlet Witch, but definitely Vision. Because that's like surrounding him on Age of Ultron.
So how's it related to Snowpiercer?
What? Okay, I saw something was related to Snowpiercer.
They're like doing a show about it, like an offshoot show instead of the movie.
No, I saw some meme. It was like how Snowpiercer is actually a sequel to Willy Wonka, and I was like, what the
I could see
I'm
that.
assuming it's a joke, but
Have you seen Snowpiercer?
no, I don't know anything about Snowpiercer.
I didn't like it very much.
Did you watch the whole thing?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
I didn't like it the first time I was I tried watching it. I started watching it and then I got about like maybe 30 minutes in and I was like, okay,
This
I
is a
can't
movie
do
with
this.
the trains, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I couldn't do it. And then I stopped watching it. 6 months later, though, after I watched Parasite, which it's made by the same guy, and Train to Busan, I was like, okay, I'm going to go back and give this a shot. Because Train to Busan was fantastic.
Train to Busan and Parasite are the same guy?
Yeah, I think
didn't-
so.
I'm going to have to watch
pretty
Parasite
sure.
now.
So I went back and watched it, and I enjoyed it. Like, I don't know why. It was just good. I took it for what it was, like, not very realistic. Like,
super cheese.
yeah,
Like,
it's super cheesy.
I watched the whole movie and I was just not into it. Like I tried hard. I'm usually into stuff like that too. I have a pretty high tolerance for cheese.
I think if they would have tried to make it a little bit more realistic, it would have made it that much better. Like,
Maybe. I don't know.
like without all the cheese, I mean.
I could see the premise being good. I could see the book being good. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Very Hunger
but
Games.
then again, I wasn't a big fan of Maze Runner, and then I went and watched that again. I was like, that was kind of good the second time I watched it. I don't know.
Yeah,
So maybe it's like that. Maybe I need to give it another shot. You know?
for sure. Well, I watched The Voices on a
Oh yeah.
recommendation from Brent.
That's a weird movie.
It's a really dark movie. Like, the trailer makes it seem like it's going to be super funny.
That's why I didn't tell you much about it. I'm sorry. I didn't want to like spoil anything from it because it's like the part of the charm of the movie is like the shock factor about like when you realize kind of what all's going on. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but
for sure.
But the trailer, like, you know, like they show all the stuff in the trailer, but they make it seem like, oh, it's a funny comedy, you know, and it is a comedy to an extent, but it's like, it's so dark sometimes that like just the idea of it, like you can't really laugh because you're like, damn, this is dark as shit. Like,
It's
Like
kind of a weird like genre bending movie. Like it's almost like hard to classify it as like a horror movie, but it's got horror elements. It's hard to say it's a comedy, but it's definitely makes you laugh a couple times. You know, I don't know. It's weird.
yeah, it's like a horror movie from the perspective of the killer.
Yeah.
And like, but you feel empathy for the killer.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, wow, this sucks for this guy.
I gotta watch this.
It's
yeah,
really
it's
good.
Ryan Reynolds. Like, it came out in like 2012, so it's like a lot. It's actually pretty old of a film, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely good, worth a watch. Anyways, what you guys been watching? Anything? Been doing anything?
I went and hung out with the fam most of the weekend. You know, my girlfriend's cousins came down. We all hung out. You know, it was
because
a
of
good
the
time.
fight. Y'all.
No, but I did watch that as well. That was also awesome. You know,
How was it? Yeah, I mean, like, besides being
the
awesome.
fight was good, and the you know, the hanging out with the cousins was good. There's not much more to it than that, really. We played Smash Bros, which I'll talk about later.
Oh, okay.
With the
Good.
cousins, that was a good time. You know,
Devin, you watch anything new?
I too ventured home to or not home, but
Ventured home.
ventured to my parents' house.
Like, you take a machete through the woods. Like,
Twas a long journey. It actually is a 4-hour drive, so it is a little bit of a hike.
oh
but,
man.
no, they live out there in Bernie, and I tried to get an axis deer this weekend to put some meat in the
Oh.
freezer. Yes, I hunt. I'm
why an
sorry about that.
axis deer specifically?
Well, because there's
I
no
guess
You
they're an
animal
invasive species.
murderer. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, not for sport, for a living, because you know your boy gotta eat. No, so axes don't have a season because they're an invasive species. But
they're an
they're-
invasive
they're like-
species. I thought they were like. See, I don't know enough
They're
about
not
axis
native.
deer.
They're native to.
I know that they're
believe, an
exotic,
island.
but I didn't think they were. I thought they were like endangered almost or something, like protected by law in some way.
No, they're unprotected by law. Actually,
The
Oh,
law
okay.
actually
Because
says
they-
kill them all.
what happened is they escaped like a while back. Now they escaped a bunch of game ranches, and
Uh-huh.
now they're native to like West Texas, like
Interesting.
the hill country.
Yeah, I know the
Um,
axis
they
and
come
the
from-
Nalgai go hard out there.
They
just all
come
over
from
the place.
I believe it's an island over by India, somewhere.
How
somewhere
the hell
related
did
to-
they swim over here? They came all the way from India to West Texas.
But the
Like,
most
what?
interesting thing about them is people say that is it's the best like game meat that you can eat.
It is. It's really good.
Like it's I've had it a couple times.
So you didn't get one though.
It's not
No,
the
I did
best
not.
though. I'd say elk is the best. That's my personal opinion though.
I've had elk. I kind of liked it. I liked Axis a little better.
I'm an elk guy.
Elk was a little gamey. They're huge.
I don't know the difference between them, but I can tell you what, it all tastes good.
But yeah.
Anyways,
that was unsuccessful. If this were the wild, I would starve.
yeah, it's sad to hear. Well, I think you wouldn't be hunting them with guns at that point.
Right.
It'd just be you and the deer, and it'd be like you running super fast somehow, or like getting them real tired, like they
Hiding up
used
in a
to.
tree and just pouncing
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, you drop down from the tree and snap
Break my
its neck.
leg. Snap my
Probably want to
leg.
make like a spear or something. Would be
Impossible. How are you gonna make? No, you could make a spear, but imagine trying to chase a deer and throw like a stick at it. Like
hey, they did it
just
on
dig a-
Survivor, man.
dig a
It was
pit,
a hog, but they did it.
Put some bungee sticks down.
I think that would be your best bet, like some kind of trap, like a snare or a bungee pit. Actually, that would be a great idea.
yeah, you just but then you
Oh,
accidentally fall in it, like in the Edge. What's it called? The Edge with Sean Connery, wasn't it? Yeah, where he's like hunting the bear. Like what you do is you like fall back. Like, and the bear falls with his weight, like, falls onto the spear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like have them charge you and then
Yeah, and then you
Yeah,
fall back.
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's exactly
that's
how
the
you kill
classic.
bears.
They do it in every movie. Yeah,
That's how I kill bears.
that's the trick.
No.
Can also be substituted with a lion.
Yeah.
Or anything.
Mhm.
Anything at all, actually.
Any kind of big animal, you could do that same trick. A
Yeah.
dragon.
Oh no, he's about to die. And
Also,
then it's
like-
no, he got the spear in.
Yeah, he's got this.
You just gotta like brace yourself and hold the spear like this. You know.
Yeah, I like it. Anyways, let's get into the video game news, guys. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're simply grabbing them from all over the place and just bringing them here for you.
I'm claiming them all.
Yeah, we wrote all of these articles word for word.
verbatim.
Damn it.
Yeah, suicide, Gian.
We're gonna get
No.
clipped and then sued.
No, but not really.
Anyways, Brent, you want to start us off? There's a lot of big news this week, actually.
Yeah, it's a pretty big news week. Let me kick it off. We got BioWare's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is widely considered to be among the best Star Wars games ever made, as
Of
well
course.
as one of the best licensed role-playing games. Since the second game released in 2004, we have been in the dark on any follow-ups, but a new game is reportedly coming from a completely different company. That's according to VGC, as well as Star Wars insider Bespin Bulletin and Nate Nadja, better known online as Shinobi 602. The new Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic game isn't being made by Electronic Arts or BioWare. These sources didn't say who would be developing the new game, though Nadja seemed to indicate it wasn't going to be a well-known studio. Electronic Arts has been publishing console and PC Star Wars games exclusively for the last several years, beginning with Star Wars Battlefront in 2015, and eventually leading to games like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Star Wars Squadrons. The company seemed to be finally hitting its stride with the franchise, though it had also canceled several Star Wars games. However, with Ubisoft's massive studio now creating an open-world Star Wars game, it appears nearly anyone could be in charge of this apparent new Knights of the Old Republic game. So
I'm thinking Knights of the Old Republic, it's going to go to Obsidian just because, and it's Microsoft, and we're going to get another Star Wars Xbox exclusive.
I feel like Obsidian's got so much going on over at their studio right now. They got Avowed they're working on. They're supporting Grounded. We've got... What else is Obsidian? They're doing some other stuff, right?
There's talk that they are working on a Fallout New Vegas 2, remember? But that's a
Yeah.
rumor. I think, honestly...
This is also a rumor
I don't know,
still,
man.
even
Did it
though
come from that one guy though?
Jason Schreier doesn't just say shit. He literally has never said something that wasn't true. Like, Jason Schreier only talks about like stuff that he knows for a fact is happening. He even said that he doesn't know if it's coming for sure or if it's been canceled, but he said that he knows for a fact that there was a KOTOR game being worked on. He just doesn't know by who.
Well, that still could mean it could, have been canceled or something. There's a lot of up in the air at this point, but I do think somebody's working on something somewhere.
Plus, who were it was the head people at Disney said that they're working on some type of media for Knights of the Old Republic, but they didn't say whether it was a movie, a show, or a game.
I mean, logically, like, you'd want it to be a game, but I feel like a movie would be dope too. You know?
I think a show would be doper.
Anything would be dope. Not
Any
to the
media.
older
like
folk,
like
you
if they
know?
took a Mandalorian style, like not like that specifically, but I mean like put it out like once a week, and it's based on Revan or something, like, and they just retell the story of Revan through a
with
TV
like
show.
little twist, kind of mix it up. You
Yeah.
know? Maybe like take
That'd
it
be
the
dope.
evil route or something, and have like Bastila like and Revan team up. I don't know. You could really switch it up from like the story of the game just a little bit, enough to make it like fresh feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And Ed Kano,
No.
who was talking, show him on screen. That's Devin, and he's in prison right now. We don't let Devin on the screen. He's in a cage, all right? And we put a little mic on the edge of the cage.
Send
and
help.
Yeah, when he talks, we give him like a little, we give him like little treats and stuff to make sure he's happy in there. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He's just the voice. He's like it's like Jiminy Cricket kind of, you know? He lets us know.
He's a cricket?
No, he's our conscience.
Oh, is that really what Jiminy Cricket was?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I barely remember Pinocchio, but you know what? I'm just gonna say Woody. Yeah, yeah. No, it's the truth though. This isn't a joke. Anyways, don't send help. So Brandon Davis at comicbook.com says on Monday, news of Misha Green being tapped to write and direct the long-awaited sequel to 2018's Tomb Raider movie hit the internet.
Hey, what's going on, Paranormal? Is it kind of like a ghost?
It's definitely like a ghost. He's actually like very terrifying. Anyways,
We established last week that he's omnipotent and
Omnipotent.
like follows you around. Yeah.
yeah.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He's like Santa Claus.
So
Watch your windows.
Just now.
There
know.
have been plenty of questions about Lara Croft's next journey with Alicia Vikander, expected to reprise
there,
the
though.
lead. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Did people actually enjoy that movie? If I remember right, it didn't do that well.
I think it was like really lukewarm reception. Like it wasn't like hated, but it wasn't loved either. You know?
It's like dipping your toe into a nice, not that great bath. But so the film has been subject to delays and a simple lack of updates until Green was announced to be in charge of the next adventure. Now Green has come out and confirmed her involvement in the upcoming film and offered up a little bit of a tease on what sort of story the Tomb Raider fans can expect from this one. Quote, "My fave from the classic era is Legend, and from survival era, it's a tie between Rise and Shadows." Which I don't know if that's a full sentence or what, but Green said that on Twitter, and then she
She's
said,
saying her favorite game is either Rise of the Tomb Raider or Shadows.
Yeah.
but she said my favorite from the classic era
Is
is
Legend.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was like reading that, not like I was like, am I reading this wrong? But okay, so then she put, so I'm thinking something like Whispers, who's as excited as I am for a Tomb Raider movie. Green is currently the showrunner on the popular series Lovecraft Country, which is a really great show. So if she's as good at writing Tomb Raider stories as she is at Lovecraft Country, and I just told you guys like last week how Lovecraft kind of reminds me of like almost like a National Treasure, like Indiana Jones type film.
Yeah.
You know, like so she's already got that. She's got that part. So I think that's why they chose her. But the official Tomb Raider Twitter account quickly joined the conversation saying, "Welcome to the Tomb Raider family." Yeah.
Okay, my one beef with this is like, how many Tomb Raider movies have we gotten over the years?
Only two.
No,
or three.
there's the trilogy or
Yeah.
whatever with Angelina Jolie early on.
Wait, that was a trilogy?
I'm
Was
pretty
it?
sure
Yeah,
there was
there-
at least two of
There's
them.
been several. My point being is there's been several, and I feel like there's a lot of other video game genres they could touch on. Like,
I feel like there
just
was a
my opinion.
time where they were like, all right, we're going to take, video game movies seriously. We're going to make Tomb Raider, but we're going to put Angelina Jolie as Lara Croft. And they're like, we're going to make a Doom movie with The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, they,
I never even saw that one.
yeah, and everybody watched it just for that like 15 seconds of first-person shooter footage. Like that was obviously just CG that looked really bad. Like I just don't know what happened around that time. But I feel like we're slowly trying to get back to that, and I don't want that. Like Tomb Raider doesn't need to be a thing.
I feel like the Tomb Raider movie had potential. Like, okay, the most recent reboot, I feel like it could have been good had they like leaned more into like the hardcore like
When-
violence of the Tomb Raider reboot game.
Yeah,
and,
it was
like,
brutal.
It was brutal, dude. Like there are parts where like she's getting stabbed with rebar and just fucked up shit, and like it's like we need like a hardcore like survival Tomb Raider where she's just getting fucked up the whole movie, and I want like big set pieces like Michael Bay style. You know what
You're
I'm
talking
saying?
like Last House on the Left,
No,
like
I'm
type
serious.
hardcore.
Maybe not
Fucking Lara
that.
Croft
Maybe
will
not like that.
suffer.
But I want her to just like like the movie Lone Survivor, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I know that's
Yes.
based on real thing or whatever, but, like, I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
that kind of experience where she's, like, barely hanging on. Like, halfway through the movie, she's, like, fucking paralyzed and shit. And, like, crawling. You know what I'm
She's
saying?
in a
Like,
wheelchair.
I want,
Like,
like,
what
a
is happening?
fucking, like, the Revenant kind of experience
the
where,
fuck?
like, she gets, like, mauled by a bear at the beginning or something, and she's, like, has to fucking, you know?
I like it. Okay, I get what you're
see
saying
what
with
I'm
the
saying?
Revenant.
Tomb
I-
Raider, wrong turn.
Yeah. I kind of want her just like tortured and then like.
You get what I'm saying?
I know
though,
what you mean.
like-
Yeah, yeah. You want her to go through some shit.
Yes.
You don't want her to just be
I
a
don't want
badass.
her to just be a badass. She has to like. That's what made the reboot so good. Like as far as the game is, like you see her like character development.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and by the third game, you understand why she's a badass, and it's also kind of why the third game wasn't as good to me because she's already this badass in the third game. You know what I mean? It's like you don't have any development left to
Yeah.
develop. You're just this badass Tomb Raider. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the game. I feel like the reboot had a very similar intro to the Evil Within, which is that's how it's like. That's how you know it was brutal.
it
You know?
was.
Anyways, Brent, what you got? I'm done talking about Tomb Raider. Let's not
Let's
ever
see.
talk about it again.
A well-known site that specialized in selling cheats for the popular online game GTA Online.
Wait, they specialize in selling cheats? Like, why not just look up the cheat codes?
No, it's like,
online
It's like
Oh,
online
okay.
cheats.
mods
yeah.
and
Okay,
hacks and whatnot.
gotcha.
And basically, yeah, like, you know. Has shut down following discussions from publisher Take-Two. As reported by Eurogamer, Luna Cheats now contains a single text message saying that the site will immediately cease all maintenance and development and distribution of our cheat menu service. The message goes on to say that the site will donate all proceeds of its hacks to a charity designated by Take-Two. Despite being released almost a decade ago, GTA Online continues to blah, blah, blah. You get the point. So basically, they've, told these guys, hey, you better fucking take your shit down and then donate all your proceeds to a charity of our choosing
Flex
or
their
else.
guns.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
gonna happen. So if you're a cheater out there, sorry, today's not your day.
And you'll be helping a great charity. Okay, so this next one is I'm gonna skip over that one for a minute. Let's get into some interesting stuff. This is very recent. I just saw this like a couple hours before we started. But Kevin Hart
Oh my god!
is to star alongside Kate Blanchett in a Borderlands live-action film.
What the fuck?
I don't know
Yes,
what to think about
this is real. This is coming from Variety. Kevin Hart is joining Kate Blanchett in the cast of Borderlands, a movie adaptation of the popular video game. Hart will play Roland, a skilled ex-soldier turned mercenary in the Lionsgate film. Eli Roth, whose resume includes The House with a Clock in its Walls and Bruce Willis-led action thriller Death Wish, is directing Borderlands. Eli Roth is directing Borderlands.
That's actually
with Kevin Hart.
I'm not gonna lie. That's like the best thing you could have told me about this movie. To be honest with you, I don't like
Later.
The fact that Eli Roth is directing this kind of gives me this weird glimmer of hope because like I feel like Borderlands needs to be like weird and brutal, like almost like that like Green Inferno kind of like creepiness about the fucking little guys with the masks. You know what I mean?
Also,
like the
something about
psychos.
Eli Roth movies, like ever since Hostel, they're just so over the top that they're not actually scary.
Yeah.
You know, so like I feel like this will work because it's not meant to be scary. It'll be
Yeah.
more just funny and over
It
the
needs
top.
to be over the top. You know
So-
who else would do a great one? I bet Robert Rodriguez would kill
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking Borderlands movie.
His
dude.
would actually probably be better quality,
Yeah,
to
I
be
think
honest.
so.
But anyways, quote, I'm thrilled to be working with Kevin, said Roth. Borderlands is a different kind of role for him, and we are excited to thrill audiences with a side of Kevin they've never seen before.
I was just about to say I can't really picture him in a role like that.
Says he's going to be an amazing Roland. Lionsgate Motion Picture Group President Nathan Kahane adds, Kevin has been behind some of the world's largest blockbusters, and our source material is inspired by one of the world's best-selling video games. We love the way our filmmaking team has adapted this story, and we couldn't be in better creative hands. I feel like it's going to be comedic.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the thing about Borderlands is, like, the story is pretty light as it is, I feel like. You know, you got Hyperion, you got the, you know, fucking Pandora, and then there's not really much fucking to it, you know? There's Handsome Jack or whatever. I just feel like it's one of those worlds where you could kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you want to do with the
mean?
story.
Like,
but the fact that he says you'll see a different side to Kevin makes me feel like they're going to try and be serious, which kind of freaks me out. I don't want that.
I mean, okay, first of all, this whole movie can't be serious. Like, you can't have a serious Borderlands movie. No. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be
Tell that to Hollywood.
I do think Kevin looks like Roland. I think looks-wise, it could work. You know
Does
what I mean?
he, though?
Let's
let's bring up a side by side. Could you, Devin, get a
yeah.
Jamie of the Game Speak?
Too. I can't.
He's gonna show you guys a picture of Roland Borderlands. Put Kevin Hart too. Absolutely looks nothing like
All
Kevin.
right, maybe not. Now that I'm looking at it, I think he's got that vibe though. Like, I think it could work.
Transition that over so the people can see.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I'm not.
Just click images. Yeah. Let's see what we got there in the images.
I think it could work. I could see it, you know?
Lord.
You dress him up right, you know?
No. But
yeah, and strap like a foot to each. Like,
shave his beard
he's gonna
off.
have some like height extensions.
yeah, get him really tall. You know, like just get him extra tall, and then
there's no way we're making him tall. I mean,
I said, hey, we do it to Mark Wahlberg all
and
the time.
Tom Cruise too.
Tom Cruise, yeah,
True.
we put like an extra couple inches in his shoes, and like, dude, he's in. I mean, he's already jacked. Like Kevin Hart is extremely jacked for some reason at all times.
Dude just stays healthy.
Yeah, that's his life. But
I think honestly, I can't see a Borderlands movie being good. Like, I just can't.
No, it's definitely not going to be good. I mean,
I don't
I'm
care
just.
if you get like an all-star cast, I just can't imagine it being good.
Pie Messiah says Johnny Knoxville is Claptrap.
Really?
No.
I was like, that's fucking dumb.
I saw somebody say just put Danny DeVito in a costume.
Let him run around.
Hey, I'm Claptrap.
Or Pauly Shore. I think,
Danny DeVito would be fucking.
That would be fucking hilarious. Who's the guy who did Iago? Fucking
Iago from Aladdin?
Yeah. What's the guy's name? Gilbert
Oh,
Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey, dude. And they just put like a weird like animatronic like effect on his voice.
I fucking. Oh God.
That would be
all
so
the
horrible.
voices I
That would be
hate in this
hilarious.
world.
I can't even imagine. I can't even do that voice.
I can't
I'm
sing.
Claptrap.
Yeah. Anyways, Brent, what do you got over there? Give us some news. Get us out of this.
A rating on an Australian classifications board suggests ID Software may be at work on a new VR game. And based on the rating, at least, the VR game will be a pretty grisly one.
Ooh.
The rating for Project 2021A was filed on January 22nd, 2021, with Bethesda, Softworks, ZeniMax, and ID Software listed by name. The name doesn't give any clues as to the content, but the ratings for specific types of objectionable material may shed more light. According to the board, it has a very high impact under the violence category, strong themes, and some mild language. All that sounds like it would be right at home in one of ID's existing franchises, like the recently revitalized Doom series. ID Software has already dabbled in VR with Doom VFR in 2017, but the listing suggests that this is a new project altogether. The news is also significant in light of the pending acquisition deal with Microsoft. Once that acquisition is complete, Microsoft will own all of Bethesda studios, including ID Software. Microsoft has stated it will consider multi-platform releases on a case-by-case basis going forward, hinting that it may keep some for its own platforms or to bulk up its Game Pass offerings. But Xbox head Phil Spencer has also hasn't been keen on bringing VR to the console business. First, strongly dismissing the idea, and later clarifying that he just meant to clearly state his priorities. Either way, VR is not a priority for Xbox, so this mystery project may remain PC only.
Yeah, it's definitely sounding like it's going to be PC only. I don't think we're going to see an Xbox VR headset for a long time, if
Man,
there is one.
I do like that Microsoft is involved in like the VR scene a little bit, because it's like I know that shit's not going to become stuck on Sony platform. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to say it, but it's like I feel like Hitman is banished to the PlayStation. Like, we'll never see
To the Neverworld.
I don't think we'll ever see a PC VR version of Hitman, which
Sad days.
bums me out. But
Yeah.
I'm eventually just gonna have to swallow that pill and play it, because I'm not playing it not in VR. I've heard too many good things about it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know,
I'm optimistic about a VR game coming from them, especially a new IP.
Oh, the Hitman people. Oh, you mean
No,
Bethesda,
Well,
but they've already
Doom
done
was
it.
great,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I didn't.
Doom
I never played the VFR.
Yeah, if
or
you ever
whatever.
get bored, man, Doom VFR, you can probably get it on the cheap, and it's real good. Like, it's real good, in my opinion.
You know, so my thing is, like, I think this is going to be, like, either Fallout, like, just like a focused Fallout VR game.
But see,
Or-
there's not ID, though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this
Like-
is id Software.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm dumb. I thought we were just talking about Bethesda.
And we already have Fallout 4 VR, which I feel
Yeah.
like if you were gonna,
Yeah.
you could spruce that up.
If it's id Software, it's just gonna be Doom. It'll probably be
Did they do
Eternal.
Wolfenstein?
Yeah, but they've already done a Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
VR
but
thing.
the Wolfenstein VR thing was sucked. Like the Cyber Pilot.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It
I-
was trash. dude.
Everybody knew it was gonna suck from
But-
the get go, though.
But like that's the thing. It doesn't have to suck. You could do a Wolfenstein game that would be the shit if it was just like, you know, you walking around killing Nazis. With
what if
the
it's
fucking,
Eternal though? What if
Didn't-
they just put all of Doom Eternal in VR?
Well,
That would be
didn't they? I
stupid.
thought they said that it was a new IP.
No, they said. I think they said it could be.
I don't think they would do
Oh,
Doom
okay.
Eternal because it's so platformery.
Yeah,
Like I think people would be getting sick as fuck
Oh,
trying to
God,
jump
yeah.
around playing that game. You know what I mean?
true.
That'd be very disorienting.
I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But this is some also fairly new news. Report suggests Chinese company Tencent is gearing up to buy EA.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, Tencent, the holding company that has shares in major publishers and developers like Platinum Games, Activision Blizzard, and Ubisoft, is looking to snap up Electronic Arts in its expansion into North America and to take over the entire world. No, I'm just kidding. They didn't say that part. But before we
It's
get ahead of
implied.
ourselves, Tencent itself has not acknowledged the veracity of this claim, but the report from TMT Finance asserts that its sources have revealed the Chinese company's forthcoming plans. It's setting aside billions of dollars to buy another company outright, and the speculative candidates for this acquisition are very illuminating. Insiders report that it could be one of the three possibilities. One says that there may be a hostile takeover of Take-Two Interactive, the American parent company of Rockstar Games
Hostile?
and 2K.
They
Well,
just get AK.
No.
We'll take two now.
Hostile takeover just means like they buy out so much of it that like they become like the gods of the company.
Oh,
like
God.
they just it's a weird term,
Like
but
in
it's
Spider-Man, where
All of this scares
where
the shit
Norman
out of me.
Osborn gets kicked out of his own company.
exactly. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Except for it would be the Hausers getting like taken. You know,
Oh, jeez.
there would Rockstar would just become this game that glorifies China.
Oh my God, no!
to pull
Stop.
to pull this off, Tencent would require some serious staying power because Take-Two generated $2.6 billion in revenue over the course of the last fiscal year, which was a considerable increase from the previous fiscal year total of $1.8 billion. The games that allowed the
Damn.
company to grow so significantly were Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online, Grand Theft Auto Online, Grand Theft Auto 5, NBA 2K19, and NBA 2K18.
Oh wow, they got the 2K game.
I didn't know they had two.
Yeah.
That's got to be a huge
Oh.
revenue.
Oh, yeah,
fucking
dude.
Stream.
Work for Take-Two.
They're balling over there, dude.
That's all they do, bro. Yeah, so as aforementioned, this would be a tall order for Tencent to successfully snag Take-Two Interactive while the company is performing very well without its involvement. On the other hand, EA is the second largest gaming company in the West by revenue and market capitalization ahead of Take-Two Interactive, according to data from mid-2020. However, looking at its fourth quarter fiscal documents, its revenue was down by 15%, and its net income had fallen by 80% year on year. Across the last fiscal year, net cash from operating activities totaled $1.797 billion, and titles like FIFA 20, Madden NFL 20, The Sims 4, and Apex Legends served to buoy the company. This was also after the whole situation with Anthem, right? Wasn't no, that's with it was
BioWare. EA.
EA. So because Anthem did so bad, and then also It was definitely because of Anthem. But again, Tencent would definitely need billions to win over the higher-ups at EA, but it could offer something else to sweeten the deal.
So they haven't officially bought them yet?
No, apparently they've been plotting this.
I hope they don't, man. I hope EA has enough self-respect to withstand the communist machine.
The billions of dollars.
Well, I mean, if they do a hostile takeover, though,
they
that
can't
means
really
they're
do
gonna
much.
they're going to buy up market share and be majority owner.
And then they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, and then they have the fucking... Dude, this is terrifying.
That's terrifying.
But that's what happens whenever you think about this. All these companies are getting bought up, by Tencent specifically. Tencent owns something like 90% of PUBG, the corporation, and a couple of other places. It's insane.
Epic Games, a lot of Epic Games.
Oh, guys, Tencent just bought us. No.
Go to all.
Welcome to GameSpeak Podcast.
Oh, God. Go to all. Go to all. Yeah, it's suddenly we're just not here anymore. It's just some Chinese guys.
Oh, hello, Chinese overlords.
They all have one that has super long hair like mine, and then they just copy our whole look and everything. No, hold on. Go back. Go Tencent video game companies or video game ownership.
They just give your whole spiel, just like it's you.
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
I'm Jamil.
It owns Riot Games, and it owns and has a substantial stake in Epic Games, the company behind Fortnite. Yeah. Fortnite. Okay, so Epic Games, they own. I think it's 85% or something like that.
See,
it's
Epic
a
Games
huge
has
percentage.
their hands in so much shit though that it's owning Epic Games is a big deal because
of
the Epic storefront. There's so much Epic exclusive shit going
on.
Right
there. Hold on. Go back. Right there. So go up at the top, right there. It shows 80% of New Zealand's Grinding Gear Games, which owns Path of Exile, 40% of Epic Games, so 40% of that, 84% in Supercell, which owns Clash of Clans.
They still might be majority shareholder of Epic just because so many other people probably have stake in Epic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's insane what they own.
It really is. They're fucking balling. We don't talk about people who are balling. Fucking Tencent over there.
Oh, man.
Good Lord.
Anyways, well, all right, let's get on to the next little bit of news before we get sent to the gulag. No, just kidding.
No joke, though. They're arresting journalists and shit over there for reporting about the coronavirus and shit.
I know, man. It is what it is. What can we do about it? What can GameSpeak do? We're over here fighting, dude. We're trying to stop. We've been talking about anytime I post about it on Twitter, I get attacked. They're just you don't understand. China's amazing. I'm like, no.
Dude, really?
Yeah, dude.
People
Straight up.
It's the Chinese bots, dude.
There is a lot of Chinese bots on Twitter. You can't talk bad about China on Twitter.
Experiment with this.
Dude, try it. I'm telling you. Just go to a post about China, on the news stuff, and make a comment, and you'll have 50 people attack you. They're just and they'll have a Chinese flag in their profile picture and stuff like that. It's crazy. Anyways, Joe Scrubbles at IGN says Konami has announced an internal restructure. It's Brent's turn. I'm sorry. My bad. I just skipped you.
I don't get to hear about the internal restructure at all. All right.
I mean, I could have kept going.
It's okay. It's okay. The latest patch for Cyberpunk 2077 did not exactly function as intended. As this update actually introduced a new bug.
Oh, God.
The developers have now announced that they will release a hot fix for this problem while also offering a potential workaround in the short term, which I'm sorry, guys, I won't tell you the workaround. You can look it up if you're having problems with it. But apparently they're working on an issue where conversation with Takamura may not start during the quest Down the Street. So if you're on Down the Street and you're having trouble, look it up online. There's a workaround. You can figure it all out.
I'm going to make a new rule. We no longer talk about Cyberpunk on this show. No, I'm just kidding. I just like...
Does seem to be a very hot topic of discussion.
Is
Like
it?
every single
It's
episode
like-
we've talked at least some minutes about it.
Oh, sorry, it's the news.
No.
guys,
I'm not talking
know?
about you. I'm talking about Cyberpunk. I'm just
yeah.
tired of Cyberpunk. Like, I feel like they've already outstayed their welcome. And
Yeah,
and
we talked about this last episode.
It's
and you're
not
like,
even
just-
a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's just they won't shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Like, it's like that's all the news is now. And it's like, will Cyberpunk live up to the game that it should be? Will Cyberpunk? It's like, dude, I honestly don't care.
I'm starting to think Cyberpunk's doing this on purpose, like CD Projekt Red.
They-
They're putting out bad press just to like stay relevant.
Yeah.
you
That's
know
what we
I
said
mean?
last
Exactly.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Konami has announced an internal restructure in which 3 production divisions will be dissolved, but has denied that it is shutting down its gaming production after fans and media began speculating about the move. The story began in an announcement to investors of, among other things, organizational restructuring. A post on the Konami Digital Entertainment website explained that it will dissolve production divisions 1, 2, and 3 to respond to the rapid market that surrounds us. That was a quote. With production divisions previously representing the company's home of game development, some took this to mean that the gaming production at the company was being shuttered as a whole. However, in a statement to IGN, a Konami representative wrote, quote, "The announcement made refers to an internal restructure, with production divisions being allocated, or consolidated, my bad. We have not shut down our video game division. Konami has provided more clarity on the future of its gaming division after announcing that it will dissolve its production divisions. Per a company spokesperson, the move has been made to allow for games to be developed more nimbly," whatever that means. Speaking to IGN, Konami explained the difference between the soon-to-be dissolved divisions and the company's remaining production departments. Quote, "The divisions supervised the production departments, which develops the games. With that supervisory aspect now removed, the hope is seemingly that the company will be able to make games more efficiently," which makes no sense, because if they were supervising the production of the games and now they don't exist anymore, that probably means that there's nobody working on games. In my opinion, that's what that means. I don't care what they say.
I don't know, man. I think Konami wants money.
I think
And
Konami wants out.
And I think if they really wanted out, they would sell their fucking IPs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money behind Konami.
Well, no, because they got those pachinko machines with all their stuff on it. You know?
There comes a time when it's not worth it
When
for
a
the
man needs a
pachinko machine.
Dude, you're
You know?
crazy. The pachinko machines make them so much money. That's why they...
Not as much as like just the actual IP of Silent Hill could make them. Like if they were to make a new game, you know what I mean, or something.
They don't make money off of the games. That was the problem. That was like their main thing was like, we make mobile games now, basically, is what they were saying, is that we do mobile games and pachinko machines because the cost to create them is so much less than the millions upon millions it takes to create a video game. And then
Yeah, but you could still keep making pachinko machines and sell the IP for Silent Hill for like some bajillions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like
it wouldn't sell for that much. I mean,
it would sell for a fuckload. I'll tell you that.
Star Wars only sold for $2 billion.
I'm just.
You know,
I mean, you're obviously not going to get bajillions of dollars, but like, you know, you're going to get several million for
yeah,
sure.
but for an
4
entire
bajillion, my
company,
last
you're
offer.
running a company. A couple $1 million is nothing.
not
to
the
a
company, just the IP of Silent Hill.
Well,
no,
you know, if
you
you're
get what
not
I'm
making
saying.
games anymore, fuck it. You're like, just
But they're using it. They're using
it's
the
not worth
IP
it
for
to have the
pachinko
theme
machines.
on your pachinko machine. I feel like, you know, you could still make pachinko machines, and like people playing pachinko don't give a fuck about Silent Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, tell that to Japan. Hold on, but yeah, we'll have to look into. I should have brought some numbers with that, but
I'm just saying, if they were done with the IPs, they would sell the IPs. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think they're done with the IPs. I think they're done producing big AAA video games. I think that they're just focused on mobile.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
and-
they're not. Yeah, like I guarantee you they'll have somebody else make the game for them. Then you know what I mean? Like.
Paranormal. Paranormal says Microsoft needs to buy and get Kojima to do Silent Hill. Maybe make it exclusive. Dude, that would be awesome.
You'd have to buy Konami and somehow get Kojima involved because they're separate entities now. You know what I mean?
Well, they could just buy the Silent Hill IP, like you were saying.
Ah, yeah. that's what they need.
But
to
they're
do.
not gonna do that. They
For
could.
bajillions of dollars.
Yeah, they could have already done that if that was the case. Like they would have already
because
sold
Konami
it.
won't sell it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like because Konami's gonna
Should
fucking
Microsoft
be
go
involved
for
in the
that?
next game that gets
Yeah.
made, they're gonna make another Silent Hill game. You know what I'm saying?
They
bought-
did buy Bethesda,
What
and
if-
apparently they're working up to buy another large company, which it's definitely not going to be Konami. It'll be something like Sega probably, but my thing, okay, I'm just telling you, if you look at the business side of it, they want to hold on to those IPs because they can use it for whatever they want in the future. It's better to own something than it is to just sell it for a couple $1 million.
If you think that they're not gonna make another Silent Hill game, you're fucking out of your mind. Dude.
They are going to make another Silent Hill game. I'm not saying that they're not, but I think that they just shuttered the divisions that produce those games. So whatever Silent Hill
they're
game,
gonna fucking make it somehow, and they're gonna be their name will be attached to it. I guarantee it. You know what I'm saying?
I think there will be a Silent Hill game, but I think it'll be one of the last games that we see out of Konami. That's my prediction. Saying it right here on the show.
You heard it first.
And I think the reason why is because they were already working on it before all this, dissolving happened. And they were like, you know what? We're looking at numbers. We're working on the Silent Hill game. We hadn't worked on a game in a long time, and we're putting all this money into this shit, and it's just not worth it anymore. We're going to put this game out and just be done with it. We'll keep our IPs. We'll put out, like, collections every now and then to collect some money off these IPs and put out movies or do whatever, but we're going to focus on this.
See, here's my prediction. I think we're gonna see multiple Silent Hill games, but Konami is going to step away from the development side of things and just kind of be a producer.
Well, that's all they are as a producer. Kojima and his team were the developers of like those games that you're thinking of.
Yeah, but they weren't like they weren't like a separate entity. They were
They
Konami,
were
you know what I mean?
but they were subsidiaries. Konami is just a producer. That's all they are, is a production company. He was part of.
They're not really doing any work other than.
No, they just produce the games, but they own the IPs.
Yeah,
that's
we're
why
gonna see plenty more Silent Hill games. I guarantee it.
That's why Kojima couldn't take Metal Gear Solid with him when he left, because it belongs to them. But he was the developer. It was his idea, but they own it. You know, like it was.
Yeah, but he was working for them. Like it was Konami Studios, right?
No, it was a studio called something Fox Studios, like under Konami's name, under their like subsidiaries. Look up the development team for Metal Gear Solid
5.
Yeah, look up Metal Gear Solid 5 developer. This is why I love this show. I love just like learning shit.
Yeah. I feel like I learned so much every episode for sure.
Fox Engine. So go down.
That's the engine.
Developers is Konami Digital Entertainment
And Kojima Productions.
Kojima Productions. So
But
he
Kojima
had his own
Productions
thing.
Was a thing at that point, yeah.
Yeah, and
But Konami Digital Entertainment is.
Click on
is a
Konami Digital
developer.
Entertainment and see what it says they are.
So they have a thing like a development team.
Products and services continues.
Oh,
to
they
be-
make the PES games. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So is Konami? Yeah, that doesn't
They
matter.
put out that game in 2019.
Which one?
PES 2020.
The soccer games?
Yeah.
But aren't they just like
They're
normal
just
soccer
soccer
games
games, but
that
I
come
mean-
out every year?
Yeah, but there's still a game in development. I mean, you don't just make a soccer game like it's nothing, you know?
I mean, you do if it's on the Switch. You just take a game and you
How does that even compete with FIFA though?
I heard
Yeah.
I heard the basketball game on the Switch is kind of good.
But as for like what I was saying is like they have very specific things that they do. Kojima Productions was a very specific thing. It's like they worked on Metal Gear Solid.
Mm-hmm.
When he left, Kojima Productions is gone. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody working on like a new Metal Gear right now, and if there is, it's not going to be anything like past or
Metal
previous.
Gear, I think, is dead.
Yeah,
I think we're done with Metal Gear for a while.
for sure.
You know, but Silent Hill, I think it's about time to make the comeback. You
The
know,
comeback. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later in the show on the topic of the show. But Brent, give us some news.
Okay. The rumored Resident Evil 4 remake might be further away than initially suspected, with a report stating that Capcom is changing the direction on the project and shaking up its development studio. The report by VGC indicates that a remake of Resident Evil 4 has been in development since 2018. following the formats established by the remakes for both Resident Evil 2 and 3. The studio leading the project was M2, a studio founded by Platinum Games' Tetsuya Minami.
Mini-me?
No, it's Minami.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely heard mini-me.
It's spelled M-I-N-A-M-I, so Minami?
Miname?
I don't know. The studio most recently contributed to the development of the Resident Evil 3 remake. Capcom has reportedly shifted course after a key project review in late 2020, where the direction M2 was taking with the remake was questioned. It seemed the studio wants to closely follow the template of Resident Evil 4, follow the template of Resident Evil 4 more closely this time, considering the backlash Resident Evil 3 remake incurred for cutting content from the original. Capcom, and specifically its Division 1 studio, want to keep the game's overall direction, but experiment with new features and mechanics, like how Resident Evil 2 reworked the inclusion of Mr. X to great effect. As a result, Capcom Division 1 will now be leading the project, with M2's involvement reportedly being reduced significantly.
Wow. That's actually bad news. That's a bad sign. I think the reason why people were upset with Resident Evil 3 is because it felt rushed, not because it had new features. I feel like it lacked features.
That's what they're saying. They're saying people were mad about Resident Evil 3 because they cut content from
That's
the
what
original
I'm saying.
game.
But the people that were like, we want to stick to the original thing, like make it nice or whatever, are the people that are being taken off of the game. That's what they're saying. M2.
I don't think so.
Yeah, M2 is the one who did Resident Evil 2
Yeah, that's why
remake.
they're getting pushed to the back, because they're trying to do it like they did Resident Evil 3 remake.
No, opposites. Reread that.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, the company that is getting shuttered is the one that wants to do it better than RE3.
No, look, it says Capcom has reportedly shifted course after a key project review in late 2020 where the direction M2 was taking with the remake was questioned. It seemed... Oh, okay, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Considering the backlash.
M2 is the company that was doing it right the whole time.
But then why would you... if you're going to push it to be longer, anyways, because of this, why wouldn't you just continue to make it, follow the template further? I don't know, man. I don't see why you would, postpone development to make a shorter game. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense.
No, they're saying they want to get away from the template because, I think what's wrong is I think Capcom has a misunderstanding of why people didn't like RE3 remake as much as RE2 remake. Mm-hmm. And they're thinking it's because it didn't have a bunch of extra features. No, it's because it lacked the already features that were there.
It's not about features, it's about the story.
The story, yeah. It's about the whole game itself. RE4 is a very loved title. I don't care, and it doesn't matter what you do. Even if you didn't add a single thing to it other than make it look beautiful and just put the exact same game out, people would love it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's where I think Capcom's wrong. They're trying to add shit to it.
They're gonna sully it.
They're gonna ruin what it was. And M2 obviously notices that. M2's not this, naive company. Mm-hmm. They've obviously got the talent and the skill. They did RE2 remake and RE3 remake. Now they're being shuttered or pushed off of the project because their input, it just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it is weird. There must be more to it, I feel like, that we're not getting, because this just doesn't make enough sense. You know what I mean?
No.
I don't know.
I think Capcom, these big Capcom, Konami, all these people need to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to the people developing the games. If Konami would have just let Kojima make Silent Hills, imagine where we'd be at right now. Imagine the world. We might not even have COVID-19.
Yeah, it wouldn't be any coronavirus.
I feel like it's these giant production, video game production companies that are causing all the problems in the world. I'm going to go ahead and blame them for everything. So, anyways, speaking of giant companies doing really dumb things, Adam Bankhurst at IGN says Microsoft has announced that it is reversing its decision and will not change Xbox Live Gold pricing. Furthermore, free-to-play games will no longer require an Xbox Live Gold membership to play on Xbox consoles. As detailed in an Xbox Wire post, this decision comes after an earlier announcement that it would be raising the prices of Xbox Live Gold, which would mean that $60 would have gotten you only 6 months instead of 12. Microsoft's full statement is as follows, quote, "We messed up today, and you were right to let us know. Connecting and playing with friends is a vital part of gaming, and we failed to meet the expectations of players who count on it every day. As a result, we have decided not to change Xbox Live Gold pricing. We're turning this moment into an opportunity to bring Xbox Live more in line with how we see the players at the center of their experience. Free-to-play games will truly be free, and you will no longer need an Xbox Live Gold membership to play those games on Xbox. We are working hard to deliver this change as soon as possible in the coming months. If you are an Xbox Live Gold member already, you stay at your current price for renewal. New and existing members can continue to enjoy Xbox Live Gold for the same prices they pay today. And
Whoa, thanks, guys.
in the
Wow.
U.S., $9.99 for 1 month, $24.99 for 3 months, $39.99 for 6 months, and $59.99 for retail 12 months. Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, took to Twitter to apologize for the angst and emotion the initial announcement caused and said the company will learn from it for the future. Okay, my thing. This was on purpose.
Oh, dude. I was
to
just going to
test the
say.
waters. Like,
No,
No.
not even.
No.
This was to look like good guy
Yep.
Xbox.
Yeah,
okay?
it's like
I guarantee you what was going to happen here was they were already going to make games free to play, right? This was
bring
this is my prediction, right? So they were already going to do that, and they're like, "Fuck, let's just let's go ahead and jack the prices up and just pretend like we're jacking it up on them, double the price, and then we'll bring it back down, like act like we're just listening to the people and like we're like the people's champion, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll throw it on top like it's just extra spice to the flame, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think what it is, okay, because first off, this is something you do gradually. This is something you also tell people like way ahead of time. You don't just bust out and be like, by the way, Xbox Live Gold is now double the price.
Yeah.
complete publicity.
Okay,
stunt.
like it just doesn't make sense. First off, second, I think they wanted to test this to see. They were like, well, if it works, then it works. But if it doesn't, we can track this. We can just take a step back. Gotcha marketing, Koalasaur91 says. It's very true. And I think it was a way to get people to go to Game Pass because Game Pass is only $14 a month, and that includes Xbox Live. So
you'd be paying for Game Pass, which would be cheaper and getting more.
Yeah, you'd
They're
be
trying
getting
to push
more.
people away from.
Yes, and Netflix could learn from this. It's true. It's true, Pie Messiah. But basically, it was a way to get people to move over to Game Pass because you get more bang for your buck. It just makes more sense. It's like, why not get Game Pass if you're going to be paying that much anyways? But then, they got to turn around, like Brent said, and be the good guys. It's like, hey, we listen to our players, and like Sony's over there like, but bro, we've had free, like you could play free games for free this whole time. But Xbox is like, yeah, but did you listen though? And it's like, fuck you, Xbox.
Well, and that announcement wasn't even up a whole day before they went back
it
on
was
it.
like
No,
3
no.
hours. That's
Yeah.
how you know it was like,
Yeah.
you don't just have this giant company, this giant corporation like Xbox walk back
if
a
it
choice in moments.
If this was like really not planned, they would have to have like an executive meeting and like
Yeah, and think
decision
about it.
making. Yeah, like.
They'd be like, "Ah, man, we got to weigh the pros and cons here. We've been we've been planning this for years, and we're just going to turn it back after 2 hours of people yelling on Twitter."
Like Phil Spencer just walked into the room like, "This will not stand."
He's like, "We are a company for the people," He's like, "And if we aren't, I want you to strike me down now." And like everyone's just like, "He's right." And he's like, "Will you stand with me?" And then it's just like, I just pictured this like gladiator like type situation.
It's still a pretty big insult, though, because, I mean, you take into account the state that everything is in right now and how many people are broke because of the pandemic and
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
like,
dude.
Yeah, I still ain't
Like
even
the
got my
fact-
$2,000 yet.
Or 600.
I was like, "You getting 2,000?"
Well, did y'all get the 600 the second time around?
No, I got the
You
600.
show Game Pass.
But yeah, okay. Anyways, Brett, what you got over there? And like, if you couldn't tell Xbox was faking the shit, like just to get publicity and more eyes on what Xbox is doing,
now you know.
you're blind.
Yeah. Okay. Coming off the success of last year's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, the developer Vicarious Visions is undergoing a major adjustment. Activision Blizzard has confirmed that the company will be moved from Activision's umbrella into Blizzard, pivoting the studio to be fully dedicated to Blizzard games going forward.
Horrible.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a little more, but basically they think they're working on Diablo 2 remake.
Yeah, which they are. I mean, that's definitely what they're working on.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jason Schreier also came out and said that.
I'm unimpressed. I really was hoping they would do more Tony Hawk, like a Underground remake or something. You know what I mean?
They also did the Crash Bandicoot remakes.
Yeah.
You know, like they were just so good at what they were doing.
Bro, let them do some remakes, bro. Maybe they're tired of doing remakes. Well, they're doing Diablo 2 remake, so never mind.
Yeah, that's the thing. Let them make their
counts.
own Tony Hawk. You know, let them make Tony Hawk like just Vicarious Visions Tony Hawk.
Oh,
you know?
shit,
Like
dude.
it would have been
That'd be-
so
A
good.
new age Tony Hawk? That would be dope. Imagine like a real open world Tony Hawk. Like what Underground wanted to be. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Can you imagine just a big open world map where you can get off your skateboard and like do whatever you want? I don't know.
I could definitely go for an
You mean?
remake, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that would be tight. Or like just the way that they had it set up. You know, they have the foundation for an awesome future of Tony Hawk games.
Dude, yeah.
But it's just gone. It's gone because Blizzard at Activision is so fucking greedy. You know, that, like it just
Fucking
makes no
bastards.
sense. Anyways, let's check this out. So. This one I don't really care for, but I know Brent will care for. Wesley LeBlanc at IGN says Dragon Age 4's main location will be Tevinter, according to a new BioWare book. BioWare's Stories and Secrets from 25 Years of Game Development was recently released, and in it, it's revealed that the forthcoming Dragon Age game will be set in the land of Tevinter, as originally reported by Eurogamer. Tevinter, while existing in the lore, is a place that hasn't been visited in the Dragon Age games
I
before.
was about to say, I don't think we've been there in the games yet.
No.
They talk about it all the time, like the Imperium or whatever.
Yeah, it says it was set up at the end of the Trespasser expansion for 2014's Dragon Age Inquisition. The book indicates that places other than Tevinter will be visited as well, which makes sense considering Dragon Age usually sees players trekking across multiple different lands.
Yeah.
Antiva City, the capital of Antiva, is shown in the book too. This city borders Tevinter to the east and is surrounded by water. Other concept art depicts Antivon Crow, who is an assassin, blah, blah, blah.
Did you say old Antifa City?
Yeah, Antifa City. You know, it's just right there. You know, we're going to get banned from Twitch. But so anyways, but yeah, there you go. I just brought that for Brent, basically.
Cool.
I don't think many people really care. I don't know how many people.
Hey, there's
like,
people that care, dude.
Is there?
Oh, yeah. Dragon Age
all
has
5
a
of them.
following, man.
I'm going to look for them. And, you know, I'm just kidding. I just like fucking with you sometimes. but anyways.
Poor Brent.
It's just
With his
fun.
Dragon Age and his Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay, Avengers is justified, but Dragon Age has a real cult following. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I've always heard of it having a pretty big following, but it is very.
I've heard of
niche.
Dragon's
It's a niche.
Dogma having like a really big
Dude.
following, but you know, Dragon's Age. See how far I can push it. I've heard of a lot of things. There's actually like I've heard Dog the Bounty Hunter has like a pretty big following. Anyways, so Joe, I'm gonna jump straight into this because that wasn't really that big of news. But Joe Scrabbles at IGN says Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment's upcoming projects, including core games and major franchises, will have a, quote, heavy focus on live service, end quote, according to an internship advert from the company. Spotted by Twitter user MaroNL3, an advert for a games production MBA intern includes a section that reads, Warner Brothers Entertainment, whatever, I forget what the E stands for, Interactive Entertainment is currently involved in a variety of new projects ranging from casual games to core games featuring our well-known franchises on all platforms, console, digital, and mobile. with a heavy focus on live service. Live service refers to the process of continually updating a game after release to keep players invested, adding new features, items, storylines, and more, and has become an increasingly profitable model for developers and publishers across the industry. It's not without controversy, however, with high-profile releases like BioWare's Anthem launching with notably little content and Marvel's Avengers failing to recoup its costs after failing to enamor its audience at launch. No specifics are given, but we can likely assume that the upcoming Back for Blood will include live service elements given its modular online nature. Similarly, any future Mortal Kombat and Injustice games from the WB-owned NetherRealm would likely incorporate live service elements as they have in recent iterations. Another one that worries me is Gotham Knights. Because they're saying like all their core games are going like live servicey like bullshit.
How would you even make that like a live service game?
I mean, the same way they did with Anthem. They're not with
But it
Anthem,
doesn't
but
make
Marvel
sense.
Avengers.
I mean, like, if it's going to be, like, that style of game, like the other Gotham City games or whatever, you know, the Arkham games.
They said it's not like Arkham, though. Have you seen, like...
I've seen the previews, and, like, I've seen that they, like, are multiplayer and stuff. I don't know. I guess I could see how it would end up being, like, Anthem or something, but, like, it just wouldn't be that... It wouldn't be the right kind of game if it wasn't open world. Like, that's a big component of that series.
Wait,
you know what I mean?
Anthem's open world, though.
And then, so what about
but it's not
the
like
Harry
the
Potter RPG too?
Yeah, that's actually scary, too.
Oh,
I don't
no.
like this at all.
I don't think we're gonna see just strictly live service games coming from them from now on. Like, it just doesn't seem practical.
It doesn't seem practical to me, but it is Warner Bros., another giant, stupid corporation. So we'll see what happens. I'm just getting a lot of bad vibes from this stuff this week. It's just like, hey, guys, we're actually shuttering our entire company's video game production. Hey, guys, every game going forward is going to be Anthem. Yeah, it's just what?
I could maybe see that being okay for the Harry Potter RPG, but...
Nah,
But the other stuff.
it can never
Well,
be
I think
okay.
if they treat it like an MMO, I mean,
No.
The Harry
Yeah.
No!
MMO is even worse than Anthem,
Hell
in my
no.
opinion.
Yeah,
personally,
I was about to say I would
I'm just
rather
saying,
have.
it could
I'd rather have a Destiny style game than an MMO.
Let's think
any
about
day.
this from like, okay, what are we gonna make the most money from if they take it that direction?
it would be Anthem. It'd be like
Yeah.
that type of game. Like if you do it
But not
right,
really though, because like you've seen a decline in people buying into that lately.
Destiny. I mean,
Destiny is
makes
the only
money.
example. Okay, think of one other live service game like that does well other than Destiny.
Is there any other?
And what threshold are we holding?
There's
a
lots
live
of games
service
like
to?
that, but name one that's like successful.
No,
You know what I'm
what are
saying?
the other games
There's,
like
like,
that? Well, I guess Overwatch.
Warframe is probably the second most.
I guess Overwatch counts as
Overwatch
that.
does not count because it's like a multiplayer.
Yeah, but it's a live service game. It's like where they just add like new character, Apex Legends, where they just
GTA
add.
Online?
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I guess so, but like,
There's a lot
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
They
okay.
just make a lot of money because they just keep putting out season passes and bullshit.
yeah, Fortnite. Well, the
Content,
battle
content,
royale
content.
games have their own thing going on for sure. Yeah, that you can be successful and be a battle royale game.
Yeah.
All right, we're changing our minds a little bit.
But Overwatch, I don't know.
They
man.
just Harry Potter
Overwatch
battle
isn't-
royale.
Overwatch isn't that much different than any other game. Like, it's not like making its money off of the like banking on that you're gonna come back because of the live service aspects of it. Like, it's. Like,
I thought it was though for the season pass characters.
I mean, like lots of games have a season pass. Like, where does it become a live service game?
yeah,
Like,
that's
you-
why I said, what's the threshold?
Yeah, exactly. Like, are you just automatically a live service game because you have a fucking season pass? Because that means like every game is basically
Let's see
a
what
live service.
Devin's
you know
gonna
what I'm saying?
live service games. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Devin's bringing up in the video game industry, games as service represents providing video games or game content on a continuing revenue model, similar to software as a service. This often leads to games that work under a GAAS model to be called living games or live games, since they continually change with these updates. So yeah, they would be like Warzone and like Fortnite and stuff like that.
shit like
Elder Scrolls Online.
Elder Scrolls Online for sure.
Take definition off. I want to see the list of games it brings up if you just type in live service games. No, put an S at the end.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, normally Google will put like a list of
Yeah.
games up top. I guess not. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's considered. Is Halo Infinite live service? Yeah, I feel like most people don't really know what it is.
I feel like it's kind of a loose term, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not, I feel like it sounds bad when you say it
Go
out
to the
loud,
wiki.
but it could be a good thing.
Go to the wiki
You know
down
what I mean?
here. Yeah. Well, games as service.
Because I have had games that I feel like were complete games that have been updated after the fact, and I'm like happy about
Season
it. You know what I mean?
passes, microtransactions, cloud gaming.
Subscription.
Yeah, subscription services. So like,
Do you have to buy a season pass for Overwatch, though?
yeah, they did have them. But look, so
think you have.
Rainbow Six, Destiny, Rocket League, Fortnite, Dota. Yeah,
Okay.
World of Warcraft.
I mean, yeah, I expected all those because they all have like a definite like model year by year.
Grand
like,
Theft Auto
you know what
Online.
I mean?
The GTA for sure. They constantly put out updates and new content.
But see, okay,
League
that
of Legends.
that
So
doesn't inherently make a game
that makes
bad,
Overwatch,
you know what
though.
I mean?
The
Like,
Overwatch is like League of Legends, where they add new characters and you pay for a season pass for new characters and shit like
yeah,
that.
I mean, I'll concede that Overwatch could fall into that category. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, yeah, like you said, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. But for the most part, games that have come out in that situation, they have been pretty bad.
I think a handful of games have given games like that a bad rep for sure. You know what I mean? There
Well-
have been some games like recently that have been kind of
Yeah, but I
you
think
know?
the problem is that there's only a handful of games that turned out all right in that format, which is Destiny, Rainbow Six, Overwatch,
GTA.
Fortnite, the
GTA,
whole
Fortnite.
list of games we just went through.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
Those
what
are
I'm
the only ones though that made it through. You know what I'm saying? That's like the cream of the crop, and then the rest are just like
Compared to how many that failed that bad. though,
Yeah.
that were on the-
it's like think about all the games that tried, like
Yeah, like-
starting with Cliff Blazinski or whatever back in the day. I feel like he was the first one to them, and then the guys who made
Well, was Lawbreakers really a service game like
yeah,
that?
it was supposed to be like Overwatch.
I never played it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was a lot. It was
And
a-
again, you know, just because a game's like Overwatch doesn't necessarily mean it's like a service game. Because like,
But
you
it
can have
was.
that. I'm just saying, like, you can't just say like, oh, it was like Overwatch, because Overwatch could be done without all those elements.
No.
easily,
But
you
I'm
know
saying,
what I'm saying?
okay, think Paladins. Okay,
Yeah,
which is
I get what you're saying.
No,
I'm
just
just
talking
saying
about
like
the online where you buy characters, you pay money for characters, you like pay money for a season pass.
I would
That's
just
what
say
I mean.
maybe like a different example would be more.
The reason I keep going to Overwatch is because Cliff Blazinski's game was literally a clone of Overwatch.
Yeah, for
and it
sure.
was meant to be like that. And then think of the game that the Borderlands people were making. What was it called? Bloodborne or something? Not Bloodborne. No, what was it called? Battleborn. Battleborn.
Oh, Battleborn.
Yeah, that's so Battleborn was another live service game that just completely flopped the moment it came out, and it was just like,
yeah.
you know, all these big AAA companies were trying to drop these games, and they just didn't work. You know,
Yeah, but a lot of them did though. You know, you got Warzone, you got a lot of stuff that worked. You know,
Yeah.
Warframe, Warface. What's that other game? DayZ.
Warface, is that a game?
I'm pretty sure.
Warhammer.
There's a lot of war stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, Brent, what you got?
Let's see. Resident Evil Village, the 8th mainline entry in Capcom's survival horror series, will launch on May 7th, 2021. The release date was revealed during the Resident Evil Showcase digital event, which sucked ass, where it was also confirmed that the game will be available for PS4 and Xbox One, alongside the previously announced PS5 and Xbox Series X and S and PC versions. The digital PS4 version will include a free upgrade to the PS5 version, while Smart Delivery will make the Xbox Series X and S versions available to those who purchase it on Xbox One. So yeah,
Wow.
cool.
Yeah. And then the biggest thing that came out of that were the titties on the
yeah.
vampire lady.
Vamp titties.
Yeah,
man.
like for some reason the internet just went insane, dude.
Absolutely
Like-
ape shit.
Lady Dimitrescu.
I'm not even gonna try
For
to
those
do
that haven't
Demi
seen the
Tresky.
trailer, we got this like 9-foot tall, big titty vampire woman.
Well, vampire waifu is
Yeah.
basically what it was. They were just like, how can we get people to look at this game?
And
They're
then
like,
people are also tripping out about the. Well, is it 3 of them or just
it's like
one
her
of them?
daughters.
Oh yeah, the 3 little. Honestly, I can see where the gameplay is going here, and I'm really hyped about it. That part of the game looks really fun to me.
Yeah.
Like
Where you got to take out all the daughters.
Yeah, I've been really into vampires lately because of that other game I've been playing. So like, I don't know. I'm hyped about this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I like the setting. I really do. She's actually terrifying.
Yeah, she's pretty creepy. Like her limbs get kind of like long sometimes. Like you see her fingers. If you watch her fingers,
Yeah,
they're
she gets like
real
Wolverine
dude,
claws.
I'm excited. I can see her getting scarier and scarier as the game goes on too. Because in Resident Evil 7, like all the like bad guys kind of start out looking normal, and they get progressively more like deformed and shit as the game goes on. So I can see her like turning into this like crazy big monster thing. Like I don't know.
I think by the end of the game, people are not gonna want her as a waifu.
Yeah,
anymore.
no doubt.
You know, that she's gonna lose waifu status really quickly.
I saw this
Oh,
meme
yeah.
and it was like the titty blind spot, and it showed her like looking down, and then like him like standing underneath
The hide.
underneath the titties, like so.
It's so ridiculous. But the graphics look phenomenal.
Oh,
but
so good looking, man.
I don't think it's going to look like that when the game actually drops, though, just because I have watched some videos on people playing the demo on PS5, and the frame rate kept dropping like below 60, like pretty far down, like almost 30.
Oh, I watched a video where a guy played through almost the whole thing with it on a PS5 hooked up, and it dipped into the like 40s every now and then, but like only whenever like intense action shit was happening. Most of the time it was pretty solid 60.
But
like,
from what I had seen about it, apparently they responded to that saying that the demo was very focused on like a very select spot of the game, and that they were trying to show off the visuals as much as possible. So I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to drop the visual like resolution just a little bit, or not the resolution, but the detail a little bit whenever the actual game comes out. That away, because like it's supposed to be open world too.
Well, and also the guy who was doing it, he had some kind of program where he could see the resolution and the frame rate. He said it never dipped from 4K. Like it stayed at solid 4K the whole time, even when it
4K
dipped,
60, like
even when it dipped into like the 40s frames per second, it was staying at 4K. And he's saying they'll probably do some kind of adaptive resolution thing where it drops to like 1880p or something, like to like you know.
Well, see, I don't think they're and like I get what you're saying, but I don't think they're going to drop the resolution. I think they're just going to drop the detail. Like
I don't know. A lot of games do drop the resolution like that, and like you wouldn't even notice if it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like yeah, I see it a lot. You know, even I'm trying to think of a popular example, but I can't right off the top of my head. But the adaptive resolution is a pretty popular thing these days, especially in console development. You know?
Yeah, I'm excited to see, and I'm glad the game's coming in like May or whatever, right? It's like May.
Something. I got it right here, May 7th.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming
pretty
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to play the demo. I wish I had a PS5. Like
same, just to play the demo.
It looks tight, dude. Oh man, it gets me excited too. In the same way that you know how they had that mysterious Resident Evil 7 demo before Resident Evil 7 came out, dude. That got me so hyped. Like.
Yeah, but a lot of people are saying there's not much happens in the demo. Like you just kind of walk around and look at shit.
I still want to see it. I don't know. I want to be in that world. You know, like
me too. It looks awesome. Anyway, so this is some big news for you VR heads. Matt Kim at IGN says Apple is hard at work on its first VR headset, but according to reports, this initial product offering will be intentionally high-end and niche to pave the way for a more consumer-friendly AR headset down the line. In a report by Bloomberg, sources close to the matter say that Apple's first VR headset, meant for activities like gaming, videos, and communicating, will be available as early as 2022, and it will not be cheap. This first VR headset will likely be more expensive than rival VR headsets and may only sell, quote, one headset per day per retail store, end quote.
Yeah, you lost me at Apple.
Well, hold on. This because this might be a good thing for other VR headsets. You know, so this strategy is apparently intentional as Apple continues to work on a more consumer-facing AR glasses type product. As for the VR headset itself, this product is reportedly set to include Apple's most advanced chip and will feature higher resolution than headsets from Oculus or HTC. The power of this headset also requires a built-in fan, a design choice Apple typically tries to avoid. According to sources, versions of Apple's VR headset with its processor and fan led to a device that was too heavy and large, raising concerns over neck strain. Current designs have shrunk the size and utilize a fabric exterior to reduce the overall weight. It will also be a standalone device like the Oculus Quest. Apple has streamlined its headset to be much closer to the face, which shrinks the size of the device, but removes the space needed for users who wear glasses with VR headsets. One solution Apple is said to be working on is developing a system where owners can insert custom prescription lenses into the VR headset.
Well, that's already a thing. I mean, you can do that.
So, okay, my thing about this is like how you're saying, like, once you heard Apple, the thing about Apple is they know how to sell to consumers. They know how to make something like normal in society. Wanted and normal. Yeah. You know, so like you don't, like, it's very rare to see someone without an Apple phone. Mm-hmm. You know, if you see somebody with an Android, they're typically peasants. No, I'm just kidding. Just attack it. No, but like, you know, it's a joke. It's an ongoing joke that like people are like, oh, you have an Android. No wonder you have problems. You know, like it's like a thing. And it's because Apple knows how to market a product. They know how to make it high class, but everybody seems to find a way to afford one. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost like like anybody can get an iPhone, but you just feel a little bit classier when you have an iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like they're pulling that approach of like, we're only going to sell one per day per retail store. That's the most artificial demand bullshit I've ever heard. So like, you're gonna have people like fighting for this.
It's gonna be expensive as shit. So here's my theory.
Like $3,000.
It says they have a fan in it, right? And
correct.
That it's a standalone device. Okay,
that so somehow has better resolution than HTC.
I'm about
and
to
Oculus.
tell you how I think, because there's only two reasons you have a fan in this device. Okay, reason one, to blow air on your face so you don't get sweaty. I don't think that's going to be a thing with Apple's device. Reason two, because you're putting a real GPU in here. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe we've got an actual like mobile PC quality GPU smashed into this fucking headset. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be able to hook up to like Steam or something with it.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Now that would be worth a fuckload of money. Like if we have an Oculus Quest that can play like can play Half-Life Alyx wirelessly right out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be the shit, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Problem being,
if it was like a real PC inside of the headset, you know?
But that's not even the problem. Apple doesn't play well with others, you know? So like even now with a Mac, it's like you have to go through like hoops to get Steam, you know, like access to Steam games.
But that is a problem because if you're not hooked up to Steam or some sort of...
what's the point?
Exactly.
But
you're not going to game on it without Steam or something. You know what I mean?
If they're not already thinking of exclusives and things like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
but you don't like it's hard to just jump from the ground up like that. You know what I mean? Like
I'm telling you, dude. It's Apple. Flappy Bird. Yeah. They're gonna come out and they're gonna be like, remember Flappy Bird? It's back, bitches. And they're gonna sell it to every person on the planet who doesn't care.
A day.
Who doesn't care about VR. No, that's just gonna be for the first couple months. I guarantee you. They're gonna do that for the first couple months. People are gonna be posting on YouTube, and all these kids are gonna be like, I want that because Ninja has it or whoever has it.
They're gonna give a bunch of celebrities a free headset.
And it's just going to blow up.
I don't think so.
We'll see.
I don't think it's going to blow up.
It's not going to blow up.
I don't think it's...
They're going to market it at like $3,000. It's going to end up being something you only see in arcades and shit. You know what I mean? I think it's
going to be extremely expensive. I'm with Brent on that.
This could be their foot in the door for a future product that will blow up, but I don't think that this will blow up if it's extremely expensive. Now, if it's like $1,000...
Dude...
You know what I'm saying?
They were selling $1,000 stand for their Apple computers, and people buy that shit.
Yeah, because people are dumb.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't think the VR community is going to bite on this. You
not
know
the
what I'm
VR.
Saying?
That's
like,
the problem. You're thinking of the VR community. No, it's not about.
They're going to market this to.
It's about everyone.
Everyone that's not in the VR.
Nobody's going to drop $3,000 on a goddamn fucking super fucking headset.
People drop $1,200 on the same piece of shit phone every year.
Yeah, because they know what a phone is and what a phone does and what a phone can do for them. I mean, they don't know what a VR headset is or what a VR headset does. The only people who are going to buy an expensive VR headset are people who have already experienced VR and realize the potential of it. You know what I'm saying?
Not if Apple sells it as something you need, which is what they will do. I'm telling you, dude, you completely are just underestimating Apple's power to sell stuff. Like that's a ongoing thing where people are just like, how the fuck are they selling computer stands for $1,000? And they sell just millions of them. Like people are just like, yes, anything with the Apple logo on it, I will put money into it.
I think this is different, and we'll see.
We'll see though. Yeah,
but
I mean, there's
I feel really confident that this is not going to take off if it's over $1,000. Now, if it or maybe $1,500. Okay, if it's super high end and $1,500 might sell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if it's really, really dope and it can hook up to Steam and it has all the fucking bells and whistles, maybe $1,500. Just considering how well the Valve Index did. But I don't think anything higher than that is going to sell well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We will see.
Even with the branding. Although I will say I think they're going to make a dope ass headset. You know, like with the technology that Apple's got up their sleeve, I really think they're going to make something really cool.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they're trying to push it towards a AR headset makes me think that they're going to make sure people want this. Because Koala Sword, people will still get it because it's an Apple product.
Yeah, we'll see.
I
don't believe that.
All right. Whenever I come walking in with my AR headset, dude. No, anyways, Brent, what you got?
Okay. Capcom has announced RE Verse, a new multiplayer experience set in the Resident Evil universe. The game features multiple heroes and villains from across the survival horror series and coming together for a deathmatch scenario. Naturally, there is the added threat of zombies wandering around and also failed players returning from the dead. You can check out the debut trailer on YouTube, blah, blah, blah.
What is this, the PS2? Like, that just sounds like an old-ass game, like, just the premise of it.
So it looks kind of fucking shitty, like, just watching the trailer. But at the same time, it also looks like a lot of fun because it's just like a death match between all the, like, you can be Nemesis or, like, Jack Baker from 7 or, like, Jill or, I don't know, you can be basically anybody from the Resident Evil games and, like, it's just a big death match, which seems kind of fun.
Could be interesting, yeah.
It's like Smash Bros, except it's all Resident Evil and not Smash Bros.
I'm interested. So Adele Anchors at IGN says Microsoft has filed a patent that would allow the company to digitally revive deceased loved ones as chatbots.
Oh, this is fuck.
Using the individual's personal information. The Independent reports that the tech giant has raised the possibility of creating an AI-based chatbot that would be built upon the profile of a person, which includes their, quote, images, voice data, social media posts, electronic messages, end quote, among other types of personal information. It's understood that the chatbot would then be able to simulate human conversation through voice commands and or text chats. However, Microsoft has taken the concept a step further by suggesting that a 2D or 3D model of a specific person could potentially be created using images and depth information or video data of an individual in order to build a chatbot that has the same characteristics and behavior based on the digital output of a specific person. The specific person who the chatbot represents may correspond to a past or present entity or a version thereof, such as a friend or a relative, an acquaintance, a celebrity, a fictional character, a historical figure, a random entity, etc. The patent explains the specific person may also correspond to oneself, the user creating, training the chatbot. So all I got to say is you guys will be playing Warzone with my corpse because
I just want to know what moralist bastard was allowed to come up with this idea, and then
it's just a patent.
Well, yeah, but still the fact that they went public with it, like that's God, they're going to be making money solely off of suffering people.
It's not suffering, you know. Like think about this. Like
People
you'll
that-
get
that
to have
is-
one last, not one last.
No,
you just get to have
that-
continuous conversations with your dead friend.
That's
you know.
No, you
That is
won't,
so
though.
fucked. That is so
It's
fucked.
just like you know what, or your live friend. Say like your friend's alive and you just
just
And
miss
they
them.
just don't like you anymore.
yeah. Say they don't want to talk to you anymore. You're just like, yo, chatbot,
God.
turn into Brent. But Brent, who's not pissed at me because I hated on Dragon Age
Just
for so long.
replaces me on
You
the
know,
podcast.
yeah.
It's just like a
See,
chatbot
that's-
version of me.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother new terrifying aspect of it.
Dude.
Not only are they going to bring dead people back for people who are mourning a loss, but they could also potentially clone other people virtually that are still alive.
You're
Like,
gonna have to agree to it though. It's not
Oh,
like it's
God.
not like something that they're just gonna like bust up on like but
will you?
but
will
you
though,
could be
Brent?
playing one day like after your friend died. You know, like say you're playing a game that you guys used to play a lot, and his spirit inhabits the AI chatbot. Okay, yeah, check it out. So like you're just playing. And you're just like, you got a tear coming down. You're thinking about the good old days. And all of a sudden, he's like, you just see some
Cha-ching,
letters
you're
pop up
playing.
on the thing. And it's like,
Accept
sup, buddy?
$20
And you're like,
charge.
sup, buddy, what the? And then you respond and you go to the 3D format. And it's just your friend. It's like, dude, I fucking died, bro. I'm in this chat bot. And then, like, you guys become best friends and it becomes an anime. And then, like, everything's crazy from that
Then you
point
get a
forward.
notification to pay $30 to continue. Like,
No, you just pay the flat fee.
Or it turns into a horror movie and the chatbot kills you somehow.
Or you're playing, or you're just you're sitting there playing video games, and then all of a sudden you're in a lobby with yourself.
Or,
Oh,
check it
shit.
out.
Oh.
You never met your father, all right? Yeah, no, one day you're on chatbot and suddenly you see a name that seems familiar. You click on the profile. Turns out your father left you his chatbot a long time ago, and he's got the secrets to Area 51, and you go on a crazy adventure. You guys are looking at the negative aspects. I'm thinking about
You think the chatbot's going to tell you the secrets to Area 51?
only if it's your long-lost father who was actually Bob
scientist
Lazar.
Who died in an
And the-
experiment
Oh,
at Area
shit.
51.
Like, I'm telling you, dude, so many good animes in the future that are going to come from this, just inspiration.
Yeah.
You know?
All
And
makes
it-
a lot of sense.
Well, I'm gonna need you to come back from Weebland and see the wrong in all this.
Look, man, I see no wrong. I only see the bright side. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
only a matter of time before deep fakes and then Microsoft's AI technology takes over the world.
Or
We should've
Chatbot
never
becomes
done that.
president.
Oh, dude, yeah.
President
Yeah,
Chatbot.
next thing we know, like software, we're gonna have to consider
Yeah.
like
We really
AI
need an
people.
episode of our show where we're all just chatbots. I think
Dude,
that'd
I'd be down.
hilarious.
Would just like give them all of our characteristics and then be like, all right, read
Just
these
give 'em a
scripts.
script, yeah.
And then let them go. All right, Brent, what you got?
Oh, that's it. That's all I
So,
got.
Okay.
Koala said that's basic.
It's basically
It's so tiny on my
that's
screen,
basically
I'm
what
sorry.
Gene did to Gon. That's true in Agreed Island. Whoa, I didn't even
What?
think about that. Yeah, so like there's a part of the anime where he leaves him a thing and he's like,
What anime?
and
Sword Art?
Hunter.
Oh,
Where
Oh.
like the second season they go to Greed
of
Island,
course.
which
No, I'm
is
just kidding.
they go into a video game that their
Oh.
father left, or that Gon's father left like a secret in it to help him find him, help him
I still
find
haven't-
him.
Oh,
Still
Anyway.
haven't made it past episode 5.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but I just wish I was in Hunter x Hunter. Somehow my brain just instantly went to that. But anyway, so Jordan Alleman at IGN says in an interview with New Zealand's One News, Valve boss Gabe Newell has said that multiple games are in development at the studio and are waiting to be announced. The Valve co-founder has been staying in New Zealand during the COVID-19 pandemic after taking a vacation there following the launch of Half-Life Alyx. Quote, "We definitely have games in development that we're going to be announcing. It's fun to ship games," Newell said when asked about future games coming out for Valve. Valve has developed and subsequently canceled a lot of games in the past, including several versions of Half-Life 3. The fact that Newell specifically says these new games will be announced suggests a shift from the company's recent history of being reticent to release new software. This is good news because and it's probably all going to be VR stuff. I think Valve has completely left the flat screen game, world and has moved into VR.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
definitely.
here for it.
I mean, they have to support their hardware,
Yeah.
It makes sense because nobody else is going to make Valve exclusive VR games to go on their index. You know what I mean? They need all hands on deck doing that. I agree.
Yeah, and just the fact that he said they're about to announce a bunch of new games is just exciting.
Agreed.
Anyways, so that's it for this week's news. We are going to jump on over to this week's releases where I'm going to let you know which brand new games you can get in the next 7 days. So some of these are exciting. Some of them are not exciting. Either way, they'll be brought up on the screen for you to see. Thanks to Devone over there. So we're going to start with Ryte, which is RYTE, The Eye of Atlantis. It's coming to PC VR on January 27th. Couldn't find a price for it, but transport yourself to the lost civilization of Atlantis to unravel its mysteries, wield supernatural powers, and prevent a global catastrophe in the puzzle adventure game, Ryte, The Eye of Atlantis. Which kind of looks like Myst, in my opinion, like something
It really
similar to
has
that.
a misty vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it has the Y like Myst. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like you guys weren't ripping anybody off.
Dude.
Anyways, Project Starship X is coming to Xbox One, PS4, and Switch on January 27th for $14.99. Project Starship X is the roguelite shoot 'em up where you crash, kill comical abominations. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have Yakuza, the remastered collection, coming to Xbox One and PC on January 28th for $59.99, but it's also going to be on Game Pass, so yeah. Anyway, celebrate Kazuma Kiryu's saga with this collection that combines remastered editions of Yakuza 3, 4, and 5. And then we have Disjunction coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, January 28th. Couldn't find a price. But Disjunction takes place in the year 2048 in a New York City barreling into the future, yet plagued by social unrest. So it's just now. But anyways,
yeah, that does not look weird.
this is the most exciting thing. The Medium is coming to Xbox Series X and S on PC on January 28th for $49.99. I've already got it pre-installed on Game Pass.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. But The Medium is a tension-fueled psychological horror game built around a central motif: how your perspective changes your perception. And then we have Heaven's Vault coming to Switch on January 28th for $17.99. The Nebula, a network of rivers flowing from one moon to the next. Aliyah El Alasra and her unwilling robot assistant 6 are going to find out what it is. Sail rivers of starlight, translate lost languages, and investigate ancient ruins in an all-original graphic adventure from the creators of 80 Days. Then we have Golden Force coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One on January 28th for $19.99. Defeat forces of evil with Guts, Spina, Drago, and Elder. Have some fun with their individual skills and movesets in a journey through Muscle Island. Okay.
I don't know which game is it.
It's the top one. I guess it's all of these, it looks like. And then we have Monstrum 2 coming to PC on January 28th. Couldn't find a price, but Monstrum 2 is an asymmetric multiplayer game for those looking to take survival horror to the next level. Pit yourself against a terrifying monster as a team of up to 4 human prisoners, or play as one of the many horrifying monstrosities hunting them down. And then we have Olija, which is Olija. Kind of looks like Ouija, but PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, January 28th for $14.99. Olija is an action-adventure game that follows the perilous adventure of Faraday and his legendary harpoon. Venture through the wildlands of Terraphage on a thrilling quest, master the harpoon of power, and escape the dangerous land of Terraphage. And then we have Madden NFL 21 coming to Stadia on January 28th. You know what that is. And then we got Tiny Shot coming to PC on January 28th. Couldn't find a price, but Tiny Shot is a 2D arcade shooting game where you play as this little creature who signed a deal with the devil to get him his lost horn and earn love and fame in return. And then we have what's up? How's it looking?
I don't. There's so much different stuff that came up.
Yeah, it's like one word. Tiny Shot.
Oh, well.
But anyways, then we got Sword of the Necromancer coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and PC on January 28th for $14.99. Sword of the Necromancer is a dungeon crawler action RPG with roguelike elements where you can revive your defeated enemies to make them fight alongside you. And then we have...
How many times have we heard that description?
Yeah,
Dungeon-like, dungeon crawler roguelike.
Roguelike dungeon crawler RPG. And then we have RE0, Starting Life in Another World, The Prophecy of the Throne. Okay, coming to Switch, PS4, and PC on January 29th for $59.99. RE0, Starting Life in Another World is a tactical adventure game based on the hit anime franchise. I'm sure... Brian knows what this is. And then we got Turrican Flashback coming to PS4 and Switch on January 29th for $30.
I'm going to take a swing at this.
The legendary hero returns.
Oh
Turrican Flashback collects 4 games in the acclaimed shooter platformer series. Turrican, Turrican 2, The Final Fight, Mega Turrican, and Super Turrican. And then we have Rangok Skies coming to PS4, Switch, and PC on January 29th.
Rangok? What?
Rangok. Yeah, that looks right. And then it says scroll.
What the fuck?
This is the raindrop with a Glock. The internet, bro.
I didn't even type in Glock.
It's Rangok. I'm sorry, it's RAN-GOK. And war has started in the vertically scrolling arcade shoot 'em up, Rangok Skies.
Oh boy.
Then we got Gods Will Fall coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, PC, and Stadia on January 29th for $24.99. You are the last hope for humanity. The gods' torturous rule over humanity has lasted for millennia. Bent on cruelty and suffering, they demand to be served with blind worship through an oath of fealty pledged from every man, woman, and child. To those who don't submit to the gods' will, a slow and merciless death awaits. And then we have The Captain is Dead coming to PC on February 1st. Couldn't find a price, but it's the last 10 minutes of your favorite sci-fi TV show, except that this time things have gone seriously wrong and the captain is dead. This turn-based survival strategy puts you in the captain's chair as you try to save your crew from being blown to bits by aliens.
This is apparently also a board game.
Yeah, looks like it. And then we also got Cultist Simulator coming to Switch on February 2nd for $19.99.
I'm interested.
Yeah, Cultist Simulator is a game of apocalypse and yearning from Alexis Kennedy. Play as a seeker after unholy mysteries in a 1920s themed setting of hidden gods and secret histories. That's lame.
I had a lot cooler expectations.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I just wanted to be Jim Jones. No, but My Universe.
All right, everybody drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, then there's My Universe, My Baby coming to PS4 on February 2nd for $29.99. Discover a new generation of baby simulation. Feed them, bathe them, change their diapers, play together.
It's Nintendogs,
What
but
the
it's a
fuck?
baby.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
What the hell?
Just like in real life, your baby needs your help.
Hey, maybe it'll act as like keep kids from having kids. You're like,
I
fuck
don't
this
know,
guy.
man. This looks like fun.
Yeah, it's like it makes kids want to have kids
Yeah.
or something.
What happens if you neglect it?
That's what
Forget
I'm
to
gonna
go back
do.
to the game and feed the baby.
It just dies. Ease 9, which is YS9, YSXI. No, IX. I'm sorry. But hit space and then IX. Yeah, there you go. Monstrum Nox coming to PS4 on February 2nd. Couldn't find a price, but Ease 9 Monstrum Nox is an action role-playing game played from a third-person perspective, similar to Ease 7 or Ease 8 Lacrimosa of Donna. Alongside
God.
series protagonist Adol Christin, players control multiple other characters, each with their own play styles. The player collects a variety of weapons and items by defeating enemies and opening chests.
Got a lot of
Jesus.
catching up to do.
Yeah, and then finally, thank goodness, Hellpoint is coming to Switch on February 2nd for $34.99. In the dark, Augurous action RPG Hellpoint, embark on a soul-conjuring journey aboard a derelict space station and figure out the twisted series of events that led to an occult quantum catastrophe.
I think that one's supposed to be like a Soulsborne kind of game, you know?
Looks like it. It looks like if you took like medieval and mixed it with Spider-Man and Souls. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Just art style wise. I don't, like just based on the art. Anyway, so that's it for this week's releases.
Hood Pokemon. Wait, which one were you saying that to, Koala?
Yeah, which one's Hood Pokemon? Oh, he said, yep, LOL. Okay, so that was when I was talking about that weird anime game. I don't know what it was called. But anyways, games with gold, just so you guys know, for February, you can get Resident Evil, the OG one. Oh, and Koalasaur says the water droplet holding the gun. Oh, okay. I forget. You mean Rain Glock, sir? But anyway, so Resident Evil is coming to Xbox Games with Gold from February 1st to February 28th.
Which one? The first one?
Yeah, the OG one.
Oh, cool.
And then Dondara is coming February 16th to March 15th. And then Gears 5 will be free from February 1st to the 28th, which is a great game.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Also, for the 360 free games, you can get Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb from February 1st to the 15th. Kind of funny, kind of weird. And then Lost Planet 2 from February 16th to the 28th.
I didn't even know there was an Indiana Jones game already.
On the 360.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Is it good?
I don't know. I mean, but isn't that interesting, though, that they're putting this on Xbox Games with Gold right after that Indiana Jones thing with Bethesda, which makes me think it's going to be exclusive to Xbox.
Or maybe like a sequel to that game or something.
Maybe so.
Maybe it'll be like directly related story-wise.
I don't think so. I think it's just like look at us. We got Indiana Jones over here, dog. And
I
it
feel
was
like I've played an Indiana Jones game when I was like younger.
yeah, on the Xbox, so the OG Xbox.
It was on the OG Xbox?
Yeah,
So
and
it wasn't this game?
No.
Okay.
And it was exclusive
Yeah.
to Xbox. So was this
Yeah.
one, I think.
I remember
Wow.
it being fun.
I don't think
You
I've
know?
ever played an Indiana Jones game.
You're missing out, dude. He had a whip.
He did. He had a gun.
And a gun, yeah.
Get-
It was kind of like the
No.
Pirates game. But anyways, currently playing, guys. Let's jump into there.
All right.
What's everybody playing? Somebody started us off.
How about you kick it off, Devin? What are you playing over there?
Oh, well, still dabbling in my car battle royale with Horizon.
Man,
I
still need
downloaded
to
that.
get in on that.
Dude, we need to play it.
I downloaded it, but I never jumped on. I was just
Yeah.
like, it's there.
I have to get Game Pass, and I'm waiting till the median comes out to buy another month of Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the only reason.
It's all
Need the
yours.
medium. Anyways,
Other than that, little bit of VR. I started Fallout New Vegas, but only to mod the shit out of it.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's fine. What? How do you mod it? Do you use Nexus mods or what?
Yes and no. I mean, you get all the mods from Nexus Mods, but there's a lot of manual modding
you just
involved.
do it yourself in the files or what?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of manual modding involved, and apparently there's a big process to get it to run. Like, the one video that I found went through a whole process of like modding it to where it allows you to allocate more RAM to running New Vegas.
Interesting.
If specifically if it's not the Steam, and then a bunch of other like game improvements like that, and then it goes into modding what you want.
Did
but
you
it's
add
pretty
the DLC thing they put in there on
No,
there?
I have not done anything yet. I've just been watching some videos on it. And
You
I'm
gotta
probably
let
gonna
me know
tackle
if you get that
tomorrow.
running, because I really want to try that. You played like vanilla New Vegas before, right?
Yeah. While back, but yeah, I played the shit out of it.
Bro, you gotta let me know how that expansion thing is. I really want to try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to mod the hell out of it and have it like looking like Fallout 4 if I can. Like, I'm gonna get a bunch of texture packs.
I
and
don't even
stuff.
care what it looks like. I just want more content. I have so much fun with the game as it is. Like, I don't mind the graphics so much in those older games. Or not like old, but like, you know, that era, it doesn't bother me so much.
I did see some controversy around the expansion.
Yeah, me too. I saw one guy hating.
I didn't see the hate. I just saw some like people on Twitter getting pissed off because they're like, the guy who wrote this was just like putting his kinks into the game or whatever. Because like there's like a part where there's like this girl, like the dialogue is she's like talking to you, and you're like, here, put this. You have two options. Like, you can do this or put this collar on or whatever, and like it's like a shock collar or something. And she like puts it, or she's like, I guess I'll just wear the shock collar or whatever. And you're like being like weird about it. Like, the dialogue options are all weirdly sexual and stuff. And like, they're like, why did he do this?
Sounds like you're just giving me more incentive.
Right, yeah.
Like, what is happening?
That's odd.
But yeah, that was a funny thing to see controversy around.
Yeah,
It's like,
I plan on modding it tomorrow, and I'm gonna do the expansion and everything. And
Yeah,
I'll
let me
definitely,
know.
yeah, I'll definitely give y'all an update next week on it. And then other than that, just been a basic bitch on Warzone.
Hell yeah. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that.
no. What about you, Brent?
I finished Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. It's a really fun game. Like, really, really good. I can't wait for the sequel now that I've played through the first one. Like, I went back and watched the trailer for the sequel, like the gameplay trailer. And now that I kind of like get how the first game works and stuff, I'm like really excited about the fucking second game, because like it looks like the second game is gonna be just like the first game, just like what they wanted the first game to be, kind of. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The first game has a lot of flaws as far as like bugs and stuff, and a lot of people I've talked to have said that the first game like basically wasn't finished when it came out, and like the version I'm playing right now is like got an unofficial patch on it to even make it work really. But like, the end of the game is fucking hard. Like, there's, like, the two final bosses. Like, one of the final bosses was just unbeatably hard. I actually had to, like, cheat and turn the game on God mode. And it's not just because the game is hard or I leveled up improperly. It's, like, it's just broken at that point. You know what I mean? But aside from, like, the bugs and a few game crashes and, like, the just balancing issues in a lot of the areas of the game, it's like really good. Like, there's a fun like humanity system where if you do bad things, your humanity gets worse, and if you like violate the masquerade. So basically, like, if a human sees you drinking blood on somebody, like,
some Fallout shit.
yeah, you'll get like a masquerade violation. If you get 5, they'll do a blood hunt on you, and all the vampires will come like kill you and shit. You know, it's lots of like little things like that make you think about what you're doing in the game, and like choices will affect the world in the game. Like, for instance, you help this one lady who owns a club, and she's like, if you do this for me, I'll make you part owner of the club. And so you do it, and then, like, you can go back to her throughout the game, and she'll be like, oh, your money's been piling up, and she'll, like, hand you, like, $500, you know what I mean?
It's kind of like in Pokemon when your mom holds your money for you.
Exactly, but, you know, with vampires. No, but it's really fucking good. Or, like, I don't know. There's like this one girl like you find in a hospital, and she's like laying on a bed like dying, you know, and like you can give her some of your blood to like heal her. But then like later on in the game, she like runs up to you and she's like, I've been looking for you everywhere. She's like, please, I'll do anything for more of that blood. I like blah blah blah, you know. And so like you have these like dialogue options where you can convince her to like come live at your house and just like, you know, be like your freaking like blood slave. I don't know. It's weird.
What the?
But fucking
Controversy.
You can be. That's one thing about this game.
You can be
really
like working their kinks in there. Huh?
Yeah.
Dude, you want to talk about kinks? It's a kinky ass game. It's weird because like vampires don't really want sex, but like sex is like the #1 tool you use to get people alone to like drink their blood.
But
You
that's
know
like
what
a
I mean?
normal thing though. That, like with vampires, they're seductive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's even a stat you can level up the seduction stat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so good, dude. Like it's flawed, but it was really, really good. It came out in like 2004, and it's like super fucking dope. Like the game itself, I'm really excited about the sequel, man. Oh, also, there's this hilarious Easter egg. Like halfway through the game, like there's this part where like vampires like busting through the wall, and like it happens over and over again.
Oh,
they, like,
yeah.
They like, but they do that. they do the Kool-Aid Man thing. One of them busted through the wall, and he goes, "Oh yeah!"
No, he didn't.
I swear to God, dude. Like I fucking just about pissed myself. Like it was so funny.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like
because like 3 of them had busted through the wall in a row, and then like the 4th one busted through the wall, and it was like, "Oh yeah!" I was like, dude, they did not fucking do that.
that's awesome.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. I might even do another playthrough of it. Like it was that good. But dude, I'm telling you now, I'm calling it now. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, if it's even a quarter of how good the first one is, it's going to be like the game everybody's obsessed with soon. I promise you.
I hope so. Isn't it an Xbox exclusive?
I don't know. I hope so for Xbox's sake because it's going to be fucking dope, man. Like I'm
Or it's like a timed exclusive or something? Yeah, check that out, Devin. Masquerade Bloodline something 2 Bloodlines. Yep, okay. On Xbox.
on Xbox.
It's a very long title.
Oh, I butchered all of that.
It's all right. Just go to all.
images, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to watch the trailer for this thing again whenever you get a chance. It looks so good.
Despite its announcement and inclusion in yesterday's Inside Xbox stream, it's far from Xbox exclusive. Yes, the game will release on both Xbox One and Series X, but it also release on PC. But that doesn't mean
So no PlayStation?
Yeah, go down. Will it put PS5? Just put
Yeah.
Just
Because they're really cheating PlayStation if they're not going to get this. I'm predicting it. This is going to be like Game of the Year type shit. Like
it says it has a PS5 version.
Platforms right here.
Yeah, so it will come to
PS4,
PS5.
Xbox One.
I think it's a
PC.
timed exclusive, though. I think it'll come later is what it is.
Man, either way, it's going to be awesome, dude. I've also been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2 a lot lately. Yeah, dude. The game is fucked up. The
Straight
first
up
game,
not having a good time.
the first game is really, really throwed off.
He looks happy.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Anyways,
for
yeah. So
anyone that's
Battlefront
watching this
2.
stream.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 is what I've been playing. Other than that,
Oh, you were dang! It wasn't transition that whole time.
No,
Sorry,
it wasn't.
guys.
wow. I almost want to say something, but I don't want to sound condescending because I thought it wasn't transition. I didn't want to be like, "Oh, did you do it?" You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I wasn't going to show anything that I was looking at just then, but then I did want to show that picture.
Oh, okay.
It's all about realism. No, but anyways, so I've been playing, of course, Warzone, Minecraft, Dungeons, but also Battlefield 1, which I completely finished the campaign. Like I just got on a crazy World War I kick, like for the past couple weeks for some reason. It happens sometimes. I just like World Wars. I like to read about them, like the history and what leads up to them. But World War One, man, Battlefield is really, really good at like at showing you what it was like. Because I'm like, I started reading All Quiet on the Western Front or whatever, which like it was written by a dude who was in World War One, like 15 years after he was in it or whatever, and like he's like a German, but it's very interesting to read about it and then like hear about like No Man's Land and stuff, and then like you're playing the game and you're like
in No Man's
yeah
Land?
you're like crawling through No Man's Land, and it's just like horrifying, and like to think about that in real life, it was
Charred
just like
bodies everywhere, poison.
Yeah, dude.
The mustard gas.
the mustard gas and stuff. But the thing is like it shows you all these stats like when you're playing through the campaign, like the pilots, like all the pilots only had like an average of like 10 hours of training before they were sent out because of like how many men they needed. And so like if you were a pilot, the average like lifespan of a pilot, like once they got out to the actual battle, was like a day. Like, and they basically all died, you know, and except for like they had like the Red Baron or whatever, who was like this crazy legendary like pilot and stuff, which is super interesting in its own, you know, like,
Yeah.
and whenever they finally killed the Red Baron, the German pilot, the Allied forces like gave him like this big ceremonial burial and stuff, because like back then it was still like gentlemen, like it's like, oh, he was a great fighter, you know, even though we're just like murdering each other and stuff. But like it was just like a meat grinder during World War One. It was crazy. But anyway, so Battlefield 1 I feel like really shows how that felt and stuff. It was cool.
I like that mission in Battlefield 1 where you're in the suit of armor and you're like fighting.
Mateo.
Yeah. That was such a good one. I don't know.
So good. Yeah, and he's like just
I like
telling his daughter.
Way, I was going to say
about
the way
story.
he like told the story as you go through it is really like entertaining.
It's
I
like,
don't know.
And then I had to find him, you know. This is like, oh man, it's so beautiful. But
and he finally found him.
he was
That was so sad, dude.
Yeah, dude. Also, I've been playing. So this game has been taking up my mind share, like the majority of my mind share for this whole week, and it's Slay the Spire. I've been playing the shit out of Slay the Spire. I don't. Have you guys played it?
I've heard about it.
I haven't even heard about it.
So it's like it's a roguelike deck
Dungeon
building
crawler?
game. No, a deck building game. So like you start out and like you can go down like you see a map and there's like paths, and like each module is like a different thing. So like you have enemy module, you have to start with wherever's on the bottom line, and then you can be like, let's go this one, because if I beat this enemy and go up here, there's like a merchant, I can buy stuff. And then after the merchant, you might have to fight like a stronger bad guy or whatever. Anyways, you go until you reach a boss, then you go to the next level, and you keep going until you get to the boss. But if you die, you restart. But each time you play through, you unlock like new cards for the next round that you could possibly find.
So Path of Exile, but
no, Path of Exile is like Diablo. This is nothing like you're literally playing like Pokemon cards. Like it's like,
well, the progression through the different and then the restarting.
Oh yeah, if you did hardcore mode on Path of Exile, yeah. But that's what a roguelike is. Roguelike just means it's like permadeath, basically.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so like
So it's a card game?
It's a card game. But it's very cool. It's set up so awesome. You basically, as you're playing through, you can like unlock these relics and stuff, and it's all random that you're gonna come across it or whatever. But the deck building is pretty basic. Like it kind of gives you like every time you beat an enemy, you get a new card that you can add to your deck. So you start with like a handful of like blocks and attacks and stuff. And then as you defeat enemies, you get more nuanced like cards that it'll show you 3 cards and you can pick one from each time you defeat an enemy. And it's like, well, do I want to build a deck that's focused on defense, or do I want to build one that's focused on like poison, or one that's focused on this? It's like very Pokemon like. And so each time you're like, damn, if I would have built my deck like this way, I feel like I would have been better. And then you have like your overall health that like, you know, if you're blocking and you don't have enough block for the attack, it'll take from your main health.
Like Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes, very much Yu-Gi-Oh, but just roguelike. You know,
I like that.
Interesting.
it's very fun.
Man, that sounds like I might have to check that. Is
It's
it
on Game Pass.
When I get my medium
Yeah.
month of Game Pass, I'll try it out.
Yeah, dude, you'll love it. It's single player only, so it's not like you're trying to get like really good and go play other people. It's just a fun game. Like,
man, when you said roguelite deck building, I was imagining like a game where you like build decks like in front of your house. You know what I mean?
it's like you trip over the piece of wood and die, and you have to restart.
Like,
No,
but you get better wood for
Land
the
on
next.
a nail.
no, dude, it's so good. I don't know how to explain how good it is. Like, and the reviews are phenomenal. Like, just like 10 out of 10 everywhere. And like, that's the only reason I tried it. I was like, I've heard so many good things. I don't really like roguelites or whatever, but this is good.
Dude, they should do a crossover with Yu-Gi-Oh, where you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh and you're like trying to not get sent to the Shadow Realm, and you're like battling through like. That would be kind of tight.
I'd always get sent to the Shadow Realm. Yeah, my poison deck building or whatever has got me the farthest. I've gotten to like the third boss.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Then I died, but it was still really fun. Anyways, that's it for currently playing. If you guys want to let us know what you've been playing, you can drop it in the stream chat, drop it in the YouTube comments, or in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. Come hang out with us.
Do it.
Yeah, we'll talk with you. We're going to go to the topic of the show. This week's topic is video game franchises that no longer exist. And by this, we mean they just haven't been talked about. We haven't seen anything about them in a long time. It's been, I'd say close to a decade, since like most of these have even been like brought up. And I don't want to bring up ones that have like official like, oh, we're rebooting it, or like somebody's working on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I just wanted to keep it games that are just gone.
Yeah, if I did that, it was entirely on accident.
Same.
Yeah, if there's some kind of reboot in the works for any of these, I'm unaware of it.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so who wants to go first? As we look at Devin.
I was like, wait.
I don't know why I start with Devin. It just feels like right to go like.
Devin, you do it.
If I start, then it's confusing. It's like, where do we go?
We always lose. Always lose the rotation. So Elder Scroll. No.
Oh, how many do you guys have, by the way?
I got 7.
10.
I didn't go all the way 10, and I did because I didn't want to make this last too long.
Sure.
So I was just
I kind of brought 10 because I figured some of mine would be some that you guys have already. So
I just copped the usual 5. So.
All right,
Okay.
drop it.
So my number 5 would definitely have to be Dead Island.
Dead Island. Wow, I didn't think about that.
I was kind of disappointed that, like, because I really enjoyed the first one.
They were supposed to do Dead Island 2 or 3, right?
2. Dead
Was
Island
it 2?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the developer, I can't think of them off the top of my head. They went off to do Dying Light.
Yeah,
apparently.
Dying Light.
Oh,
And so now they're
yeah.
doing Dying Light.
So-
2.
Dying Light was dope.
So
though.
Dead Island 2 will never happen.
Dead Island won't happen, but neither will Dying Light 2, I don't think. Like, remember when that was a thing?
Dude, that's a shame. I really
They
like
still
Dying
talked
Light,
about,
man.
and they're still. I think they're still working on it.
I
right?
hope they do it. I hope that
I don't
this
think
just
it's a
taking
dead
so
project.
long because like they want it to be dope. You know what I mean? I really hope that that's why it's.
I have a
You
feeling that it's just not gonna happen. Like this was supposed to come out on the Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah.
Like
It's slated for a release in 21.
really,
Yeah.
the game is,
It's starting to pick up. Like I've seen a little bit here and there on it. It's
but
starting
there's
to-
no date or no window or anything. It just says
No.
2021.
But it's still a thing though, as what I'm saying. Like we saw that. Didn't we see like gameplay on it a long time ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a dude standing on top of a dam or something.
They use like
and,
chains and stuff or something. I don't know.
Basically, they were like, if you make a certain decision, it'll change like the
Yeah.
entire game.
Mm-hmm. Because they showed a part of the game where if you had made a decision, something different would have been different.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
dam would have worked or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So Dead Island though, that was a weird time in space. I feel like when Dead Island came out, you know what I'm talking about? It was like right at the peak of zombies, like being a cultural phenomenon with like Walking Dead and like just every horror movie was a zombie movie.
Yeah.
What was that? Zombieland was coming out, like all that stuff.
Zombieland was so good.
Yeah, and we're just in a different space now. But
28 Days Later, I guess, was a little earlier than that, but it was still part of the zombie craze, I feel like. You know what I mean?
zombie craze lasted like a good decade.
It really
And
did.
yeah.
It was a big deal.
And then people were just like, yeah, I'm done. Like, it was just like, just no more.
It's almost like it couldn't die.
It's like, but it's like the fact that they were like, let's take zombies and put them on an island. And they were like, dude, this is a game, bro. And like,
it seemed like the trailer for Dead Island seemed really fucking cool. Like
So-
when you first saw that trailer and everybody's partying and then there's fucking zombies, you're like, dude, what? Especially after Dead Rising had just come out and it was like you could pick up any weapon. You have that visual in your head like, oh, it'd be in this tropical place picking up everything, killing zombies. I don't know.
yeah, for sure. Anyway.
I didn't think it played bad.
No, it wasn't bad. I was just
No, I
thinking
liked
about
it.
the space and time. Like, it's just a nostalgia thing for me, like thinking back to when that was the case. It's like you would never hear that today, like from a AAA like company, just be like, let's make a zombie island game. You know, like it just
Right.
wouldn't happen today. Anyways, what you got, Brent? Or wait, no, it goes to me, right?
I don't know.
Are we going
I
around?
think, let's go this way. Like, boop, boop, boop.
Okay, well then it would be me.
Well, no, it'd be me. 'cause
Oh no, you're saying this
Oh.
way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The way your hand moved, I
Yeah,
thought you meant like
I was
around.
super
Sorry, it
confused.
seems like I was. My bad. Okay. So my number. Well, whatever. I'm not going to do numbers.
Yeah, no numbers.
What about Twisted Metal? You know?
Twisted Metal, last one we got was on PS3.
Right.
It was a long time ago.
I think it was like 2012 or
Twisted
something.
Metal Black,
It was
right?
like.
yeah, and it didn't
It was
do
just
well
called
at all.
Twisted Metal. It was like a reboot of the whole series,
Oh,
and it
what?
wasn't that good. I don't think. Like,
No, it wasn't. It got really bad reviews. And isn't it David Jaff? Jaff is the guy who made those games. I can't remember, but anyways, he's on Twitter. If it's the guy that I'm thinking of, and he's basically just off doing like his own thing now. And I don't think we're ever gonna see another Twisted Metal. Yeah, David Jaff. He's basically just chilling, talking on Twitter. Does like his own YouTube channel and stuff now. Like he's not making games really, except for I think he made like an indie. Click on his name. Click on David Jaff.
surely somebody else has the rights to Twisted Metal, though, and could, if they so chose to, reboot the series.
That would be awesome. He's also he created God of War. Yeah, the original.
What?
Yeah.
This guy created God of War?
Yep.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
God of War
Yeah.
2005.
Wow.
And he did Twisted Metal Black, which was the reboot that we're no,
No,
not
that was the
Twisted
fall.
Metal 2012.
2012. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the reboot. So he did
Yeah.
that one as well. So he did Drawn to Death. That's the last game he did. It was back in 2017, and it was like a super indie title. But it is weird. If they were to bring it back, it would be the perfect time, because of battle royales. Like, why would you not make the OG battle royale
Oh.
into a thing?
Yeah, dude. You
Just-
could make it really cool.
Yeah, because
just
yeah, that,
100 cars drop into a map.
Oh.
with
That'd
different
be tight.
weapons and shit.
Yeah.
Blow somebody up, get to run over their little flaming
Like
bodies.
a big map, too, where you can, like, drive all around. It'd be like yours, but, like, with
weapons.
with
and
weapons,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, like
it would work just fine.
That would be sick.
yeah, and you can pick up like armor, like and stuff like that. Just make it like a normal battle royale, but it's all car based.
Yes, you get like the gold tier version of your weapon, so it like powers it up, and you shoot like 8 rockets instead of 5
Different
or something.
types of weapons. Just,
Yeah.
different vehicles.
And you could do like squad based where there's gunners like in your car, like
Oh, dude, like a first-person perspective guy
Yeah.
on the top, just like
just
shooting.
gunning.
And everybody's got their own unique gunner turret, like location and stuff. That would be tight,
Yeah.
Are we
dude.
speaking things into existence?
I hope
I
so.
hope so.
Anyways, so mine is gonna be Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor is gone.
I guess our most recent Medal of Honor was just Medal of Honor reboot with
VR.
It's like 2010, I think. No, I'm talking about. Well, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess
I didn't
Medal
even
of
think
Honor
about
VR
that.
did just come out.
All right. Well, that's why I made
Yeah.
like 7 of them. I'm taking Medal of Honor off. They'll do Time Splitters.
Oh, okay.
Time Splitters is a
Splitters.
long
yeah, I
gone.
thought about Time Splitters.
I heard
What's that?
rumors about Time Splitters coming back, right?
I've heard rumors, but the reason why those rumors came around is because somebody.
You Nordic, right?
Yeah, I think they bought it, but they also bought like 50 other game IPs at that same time. So it's not like a guarantee that they're actually making it.
THQ Nordic has announced that the Time Splitters franchise is officially making a comeback.
But we've been in the dark is what the company planned to do with it. Hold on, click on it. See,
It's by Tech Radar.
yeah, this was back in 2018.
Yeah.
It says
It might take a while for them to put out a proper game for Time Splitters.
wow. Honestly though, if this is what we were talking about. I didn't even look to see if they were doing it again. So
That's okay. This is exciting stuff right there.
okay, fine. Well, then let me throw one more.
You're
No,
gonna give away
no.
all your stuff before.
No, because
let's just
none of
move
them
on to-
count.
It doesn't matter. Let's move on to Devin. You're gonna be out before we even.
No, because I still have 5.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I did
still
extra.
have 9.
Yeah, so my first official one will be Turok.
God damn you.
Yeah, so that I need to have at least one official one. Yeah, but Turok
Yeah,
definitely is.
Yes,
is-
that was on mine too.
Yeah.
the last one we got of that was on PS3. And it was the Turok reboot that was horrible.
Yeah, unless you count
Oh,
Switch's
I mean, the
Seeds of
multiplayer was
Evil,
fun.
Which was like an
re-release.
indie like.
It was it was the same game as the N64 version, just ported basically.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a Turok for a while, unfortunately. I don't even know who owns Turok at this point because it was a claim back in the day.
The developers that did any of the Turoks are all no more.
We should look it up. Who owns
Yeah,
the
who-
Turok IP?
Who has Turok? Yeah, just put who owns Turok.
Because I mean, they're still
I
doing
think,
stuff with the Turok name.
Acclaim to no
DreamWorks.
What? The fuck?
Weird.
DreamWorks Animation acquired it for $155 million. This was
Oh, we're never getting another Turok.
yep. They're gonna make a Shrek movie out of it. It's like, why? Anyways, yeah. So, Brent.
1 point.
Okay. Wait, is it Devin or no? Yeah, Devin.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
we could just go back and forth
I
like
could-
this
no,
since
actually,
he
I
has
could
so
just
many.
blast off
Yeah.
a few of them
Yeah,
real quick
yeah,
if you
go
you
want.
go ahead because that was one.
Yeah, that
Turok
works
was one of
actually.
mine.
So I'm gonna say Dino Crisis since we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about dinos already. You know what I'm saying?
Dino Crisis could easily happen with like a Dino Crisis remake. You know, like why not use the RE engine? You know, and just make Dino Crisis.
So there
You
is
could do a remake and it would be dope, but I think Dino Crisis 4 would also be equally dope. You know
there
what
is
I mean?
a Dino Crisis ish game kind of coming. That one Second Extinction.
Yeah, Extinction or whatever.
Second Extinction. Yeah, it's
I'm
like,
not sure.
That's
So-
you've seen it. We watched it at the Xbox like show.
Yeah, I
right?
don't know
just
if you
don't
could
remember.
I don't know if you could exactly compare it to Dino Crisis, but you
Not at all, because it looked
no.
like Left 4
As far
Dead.
as if you want to shoot dinosaurs, I mean,
No, but we want the horror
survivor
Yeah, I was
aspect.
gonna say what
Survival
made
horror.
Dino Crisis so special was how weirdly scary it was.
Yeah.
Considering it was dinosaurs, you know, like it did what Jurassic Park kind of wanted to do, but way scarier. I feel like I don't know why it was so much scarier than Jurassic Park. I think it was the music and the ambience of the levels and stuff. I don't know.
Koalasaur said before he had to dip, he's throwing in the 007 franchise. That shit is dead.
Oh man,
Yeah.
And you could do that, especially with the new 007 movie coming out right around
Well,
the corner.
they are doing it though. The 007 IO Interactive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're sure right.
So
That's exciting, and I think IO's going to do a great job with that.
isn't it crazy? It's hard to find franchises that don't exist. Like
Right? Yeah.
uh,
Except Devotion.
oh yeah, but that literally doesn't
I
exist.
know. I was about to say,
oh,
Because the gamers are the reason why they
Yeah.
said they didn't want it.
not China. Definitely
yeah,
not.
no.
Okay. Is it Devin's turn?
no, you go ahead and throw out another
All right.
one because you got a lot.
How about Dead Space, fellas?
Yes.
When was the last time we saw Dead Space?
So last one was Dead Space
360.
3, and it wasn't very well received.
No, because it followed the Resident Evil
Yeah.
form of becoming an action shooter for no reason.
I personally enjoyed Dead Space 3, but I understand why everybody else
Wow,
hated
it
it.
actually has a
You know
9
what I
out of 10 on Steam.
I mean, that was the
Mm.
it introduced that new weapon system and all that other shit.
I mean, I've heard people refer to it as abysmal, which I don't agree with. I think Dead Space 3 was a really fun game. I really do. A lot of people hated on it, but I enjoyed it.
I even liked the Dead Space like on-rail shooter for the Wii.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Dead
was
Space is a
2013.
series that I've always enjoyed. Like, I don't have any problem with Dead Space, and I think it's a game that would do well today. Like, with modern graphics, like, don't even really have to change much about the game. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think, I really do think that new game, that PUBG game, is going to just be a Dead Space clone.
I think so, too. You
Yeah.
know, I almost didn't even put it on the list because of that game.
Whatever it's called. It's like Paradigm
I
or
can't
something.
remember what it's called. It's
The-
like
he was in a set where he was in like a cell. or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Parodontus or something like that.
I don't know what it was called, but it looked pretty interesting.
Yeah, looked like Dead Space.
Yeah.
So, but no, that game does need to come back. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Anyways, Devin, what you got?
Okay. So I've got SOCOM.
Oh yeah, dude, SOCOM.
SOCOM.
It's been long gone.
Man.
Yeah, I remember, and I played that game, but I played it so long ago that I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. All I remember is it was really hard because of how it took like realism into account as much as it could.
SOCOM's almost like a blend of like Call of Duty and Rainbow Six, because it's like you got the realism of like Rainbow Six and like one-shot kills and stuff, but then you have the like, outdoor combat of like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I could see it making a comeback and being successful.
It was the third person Call of Duty that just, died when Call of Duty got really good.
Well, and it was also one of the first games to really have online play, which I think is one of the big factors in SOCOM's success. You know what I mean? It took the PS2 and it was online with the PS2, and it was like a big deal.
There's a YouTube channel called Gamers, but it's spelled GVMERS, that does like really, really high quality historical video game documentaries, like that goes like behind the scenes on like why certain franchises don't exist anymore and all that stuff. And one of them is SOCOM. Like it goes into this like super in-depth thing about like all the problems they ended up running into like later on, and how they like had a new development team whenever the SOCOM 3 came out, and like people were just not about it and like all this stuff. It's really interesting to see, because I was too young at the time to know all this stuff and like even understand why certain, like I just, a game would come out when I was a kid and I'm like, oh, it's either good or it's bad. I didn't know what was going on, with the developers and stuff like that. So if y'all ever want to see something really interesting, but
that sounds really interesting.
And they have like this awesome narrator. It's almost like it just watching a History Channel documentary or something, or like Planet Earth or something. But anyways, so my next one is Conflict. The Conflict games, like Conflict Desert Storm and all those games. Dude, I played those games so much.
I played Desert Storm a lot. I have the other one on my computer, but I don't think I've ever played it.
Dude, Conflict Desert Storm was a masterpiece in my opinion, especially the co-op.
Two-player. I was about to say the co-op was what made that fun. Like you and a buddy, like tactically storming a village. Like it was cool.
Yeah, and you could play up to 4-player co-op, like split screen. And me and my brother used to play that so much, dude.
Dude, we got tactical with that shit, man. I used to play that over at Aaron's house back in the day. And we would play it like after the 360 and stuff came out. We were still on the OG PS2 playing Conflict Desert Storm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. It was so fun. It's like you have to be super tactical. If your buddy goes down, you got to get over there and like, bandage him up and get him up and stuff.
They were all about
really
the realism with it. Like you could snipe, and there's different like classes. It was a lot like
the vehicles,
Ghost Recon, but like way back, before all that. You know what I mean?
Well, it was out around the same. Oh, you mean like the new Ghost Recon?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like
it's
the
very
vibe.
similar to those, but yeah, I think the Conflict games are often like overlooked for how ahead of their time they were.
Sure.
Like,
I mean, I think the problem is you go back and you try to play it now, it doesn't really hold up.
Yeah, it doesn't hold up.
But it was ahead of its time for sure.
I feel like they could bring it back with something new. Like.
I think the reason that franchise died was just the political sensitivity of like 9/11 and all that shit.
Desert
Storm. You know what I mean? Like the whole idea of like storming Iraq was just kind of like, it just seemed like politically insensitive
too
at
close.
the time when it was coming out. You know what I mean? Now you could probably do it and it would be cool.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
For sure. And it doesn't have to be Desert Storm. It could be any war.
Yeah, you could do Conflict, anything,
Yeah, dude. Conflict Area 51.
Conflict the Capitol building. Okay, I think we should bring back Earthbound. Mainly because I never got to play Earthbound as a kid. It seems like one of those games I would be really into, but I just never got to play it because it was never westernized, and then the series just died. You know what I mean?
I want a 3D one. You know what I'm saying? Like a 3D RPG.
Bro, remake the first game in 3D and put it in America.
Like make it like Persona or something. But
dude, it would be sick, dude. Like Nintendo Persona. That would be. I'm all about that. I'm on board.
And the other thing about it is that, like, I think there was a canceled N64 There was Earthbound
Really?
canceled, and there's like footage of it.
It was
And
like Mother 3 or something like that, or
it was just, I think it was called Mother 64.
Oh,
But
okay.
like it looks so cool. Like just seeing like it in 3D and stuff, and like, oh man,
dude,
I wish that was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Man, anyways, Devin, what you got?
So for my next one,
For my next trick,
for my next trick, no, Soul Reaver.
Soul Reaver,
Which
like
I-
Legacy of Kain.
Yeah,
games?
which I hadn't thought
Oh,
about this game
Wow.
in at least 15 years. Like,
Classic. They were actually working on a Soul Reaver 3 or something, and it got canceled in development in like 2012.
Isn't that
Really?
crazy? All this
Yeah.
stuff is like, it's like they thought about it and they were just like, nah. Like it's like why?
Nah.
But it's been so long now that I feel like you could just go back and like, or just reboot it
Reboot it,
completely
yeah.
for a whole new generation
Yeah.
of kids.
I
You
was
know?
about to say there would be a handful of people that would play it with the attachment to the old games, but I think Soul Reaver is one of those things you could definitely just revamp and just completely redo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so my next one is I don't know if this counts as a franchise because they only made one, but
It's okay. I got one like that on mine. It's 2.
State of Emergency. All right, now I know this game, not many people played it, but it was a Rockstar game. All right, and it was awesome. Okay, it was just a fun, mind-numbing. Like you come home, you just put on some good music, you sit back. Nowadays, you'd put on like a podcast or something, and you just play. Like State of Emergency, you basically want to cause as much damage in a protest as possible, or like
Can
a
I
riot.
just say this would be perfect for today's
Yes.
climate, especially as a Rockstar game. Like,
Yes, dude.
it would be fucking perfect. Like,
It's like you're literally like, I mean, it's also like really violent. Like you can behead people in a mall. Like you can just walk through. Like the whole point of the game is just to run through as the riot police start storming in trying to stop you, and you're just breaking windows, shooting people, like killing everything. It's awesome.
Back when Rockstar was controversial.
Yeah, back when Rockstar was trying things other than GTA and Red Dead. Like, you know, what happened to that era of Rockstar, bro?
dude, when they were just super fucking controversial about
they
everything.
started making billions.
Yeah,
off the
that's
same
like what happened to Bully? What happened to, you know?
I agree. I think we should get Bully.
Wasn't Bully in the works and then it got canceled?
I don't know if it got canceled.
I just know it was in the works, yeah. But it's like, you know, they did that. They did the what was that? The Warriors, you know,
Oh yeah.
like
And
the,
Manhunt.
the,
Oh yeah.
God, don't even.
yeah, dude. What?
Manhunt was Rockstar?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why I was
Oh,
associating.
yeah.
I don't know why I was associating with it.
They did Midnight Club, which I guess isn't really
Dub edition. Yeah.
wasn't really suggestive at all, but
No, but it was amazing.
it was.
You
It
know,
was-
that's the
That was
problem.
that era of Rockstar where they were just doing everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they could do it all, man. And then now look at them. Just GTA Online. Anyways, but yeah, so State of Emergency is one that I really wish would come back, but it's gone. Anyways. Damn.
I'll go again.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Brent, you got.
How about Monkey Island? I know I'm probably the only person who would want a modern Monkey Island game.
Some old PC gamers just like, yeah.
I want the team who redid King's Quest to do Monkey Island. I think that would be sick.
Monkey Island game could be good for
Yeah.
sure. I like point and click adventures now.
Me too. Especially modern ones with like 3D. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
As an adult, they make more sense to me. Like, it's funny because they're kind of kid friendly, but they're so like deep and complex that you kind of have to be an adult to even play them.
I agree. I
Yeah.
like to have games like that. Like, I call them popcorn games. I sit and eat popcorn while I play it. You know what I mean?
I love that. Honestly.
Yeah. Just get my computer all greasy.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah,
You got your one free hand on the mouse, and you got your one free hand for the snacks. But
Yeah.
You don't have to have both for a controller or keyboard and mouse.
I've also
True.
got my shitty popcorn mouse that I'm not too worried about getting butter on.
that's
You know?
gross, and you should clean that.
I mean, I do. It's clean. But I'm also not opposed to getting it a little dirty. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Sometimes you gotta get a little dirty when you're PC gaming. Anyways, Devin, what you got?
So my last one, and the one that I want the most to return, is Tenchu.
Dude, Tenchu. The problem with that is that you already have it. You know, you got it in
No.
what's it called?
No.
The one that you played, Brent.
No Sekiro.
No, Neo.
Oh, Neo. I haven't played Neo.
Neo.
I want to play Neo.
Isn't Neo?
No, we were comparing Ghost of Tsushima. To
No. I think Neo was supposed to be a Tenchu. Oh no, it was supposed to be a Ninja Gaiden game. Okay.
I could see that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima is just like Tenchu. That's what it was.
But
you're right. But I get what you mean. Tenchu was a little bit more like something
Stealthy.
about it. It was also more comic book, like like
it had,
almost
like-
anime, like.
Yeah, and it had like there was one like you were fighting demons and shit at one point, but not like in the Sekiro way kind of. There's a bunch of like fantasy to it,
You're
but
fighting
also
mad demons in
stealth
Neo
and stuff.
too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that like the
don't think-
past ninja games are just gone.
There was just there was a style to it. There was a style that they had, and it was definitely a lot more stealth centric. And
It was really hard though. I remember playing Tenchu Z and like it was just fun to climb on buildings and stuff, but you'd always get your ass beat by the AI, dude. They were just so hard.
yeah, that was the thing. Like if you got spotted or stuff, especially around like a crowd of enemies, you weren't making it out of that alive.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean
you had
that's
to be
that's from
stealthy as
software
fuck.
for you, though. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, so my next one is actually oh wait, no, it'd be you, right?
Yeah.
Or no,
let me
you just
go
went.
ahead and go either way. so
Yeah,
we
either
can-
way, yeah.
So true crime. True crime.
Yeah, I thought about true crime.
I love true crime.
even
you know?
I love true crime. Even if you don't count, or even if you do count, Sleeping Dogs,
As a true crime game.
it's still like what 10 years old at this
Yeah,
point. We
yeah,
we
pretty
haven't
old.
seen a new one.
Yeah, and I definitely think you could count Sleeping Dogs as a true crime game. But if you don't, then you go back even further to like PS2 days with the streets
Goodness,
of New
man.
York. You know what I mean? But True Crime was a cool series because most games like that focus you as like the criminal, the car stealing bad
Yeah.
guy. You know, it's cool to be the cop. You know?
Yeah.
And it's also cool that it had such a focus on like hand-to-hand combat and stuff. I thought that was fun, like a karate game basically, where
Oh,
you're
yeah.
a cop. I don't know, with the Grand Theft Auto world, I loved it. I like being able to search people on the streets. Like you could just walk up and like search people for drugs, and like half the time you'd like a bazooka would pop out of them, and you'd like get a cool weapon out of it. I don't know, it was fun.
Or find money. And
Oh yeah.
There'd also be like there's something weird about like that game where you just be driving and then there'd just be like some brains laying in the street. Like, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like in True Crime Streets of LA. Like I remember I'd just be playing it on my GameCube and I'm like, wow, there's brains in the street.
I very briefly played that. I
Yeah.
don't think I ever owned it. I played it at a friend's house.
It was
once.
such a
good.
cool game. It had a lot of fun set pieces. Like you would have like gunfights
brains.
in a sauna and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Definitely. And that was back whenever it's just like if you had a game that was anything close to GTA, it was getting bought. You know, because
Yeah.
people just wanted GTA-like games. It's funny how nowadays almost every game is as open as a GTA
Right.
game. You know, it's not even that. It's not like as exciting to get like an open world game. It's like it's almost made like linear games more exciting. You know, like
I feel like True Crime kind of stood out to me in that era because there was lots of them. You know, you
Lots.
had like the OG Saints Row, you had Mafia, you had all these games popping up with this open world. You know, but like,
25 to life.
I think the combat in True Crime really just made it feel different to me. You know what I
It
mean?
did, yeah. No, I loved it, dude. I really wish they would bring it back or do Sleeping Dogs 2 or something.
Oh, that would be cool too.
Okay, so my next one is I forgot because I didn't write it down, but it's the one that's on PlayStation. It's a PlayStation exclusive about aliens taking over.
Oh,
I played it last year.
Destroy all humans.
No. It's
What?
a first-person shooter. Resistance.
Resistance,
Yeah.
Fall of Man, dude.
I thought
Resistance
that
is
just- I thought they just had a.
no. The last Resistance came out on PS3, so which was Resistance 3.
Oh,
But that's one of those things where like I just recently went back and played it and I had a lot of fun with it. Like Resistance.
yeah, that's super vague.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of cool. It's like basically
Oh, I'm thinking of. Never mind. I was thinking of XCOM.
like World War II never happened. Instead, aliens attacked, and then like it's got a very Half-Life like feel to it, like OG Half-Life. And I don't know why, but games like that always just get me like into the story and into what's happening. And it was just really good. It felt fun to play, even though it's old as shit. Like it was just, I wish they could bring that game back somehow.
For some reason, I always get Resistance and Killzone mixed up.
It's made by the same people, I think.
Oh, really?
I think.
I feel like they kind of have similar like aesthetics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look up who made Resistance. Yeah, so it's
Insomniac.
Insomniac. Click on
Oh.
Insomniac.
Well, Insomniac does no wrong to me, man. They really make some good games, except for that one game they did, Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, so they made Spyro,
Ratchet
and Clank, Resistance, Marvel, Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. So we'll never get another Resistance game.
Yeah,
they're
busy.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Anyways, Brent, what you got?
Okay, my one that was just like kind of a one-off game. Actually, I got two of them. Jade Empire. I gotta say,
Classic.
Jade Empire is one of those games that could have been like a dope-ass just multi-game franchise and just nothing
Like
ever
Dragon
happened.
Age?
Yeah, dude. It would have been better than Dragon Age, I think, just because like the lore they established in the first game was so interesting to me. I don't know what it is, but like I'm all about Asian like kung fu stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's interesting
Yeah, no, makes sense. It's pretty interesting.
to me.
And what was your other one?
Super Mario RPG, another one-off game that I think would have been real cool to like continue. And I know they did Paper Mario, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's really not.
But the reason why is because Square made Super Mario RPG. Like, Square was the one who came over and was like, "Yeah, we'll make an RPG based in the Mario universe."
That
And
explains
it's like,
a lot.
Square's not gonna stop, making their shit and come over and make a Nintendo game. Which is
Didn't
unfortunate.
they make Octopath Traveler?
Yes,
So I mean, like, I feel like they would.
it's an exclusive. Yeah,
It was at first. I think
Now
now
it's
you can get it on
PC.
PC, but even so, I feel like it's not out of the question for them to just maybe team up for one more.
dude,
for
that
one
would be
more
so
game,
cool.
you know?
It'd be really cool.
Oh man,
And then finally for me, was that your last one?
I got one more,
Okay, I'll get mine.
but it's not that good. So.
For me, Conker's Bad Fur Day, which will never happen, and
Oh
the
yeah.
Freedom Fighters, which will also never happen because IO Interactive is now making the 007 games.
Conker would be cool if they brought that back. Imagine like just a sequel, straight up just sequel, like Conker's Other Bad Fur Day or something. You know?
Conker's Good Fur Day.
Oh,
And it's just rated E for everyone. Yeah, like they could, because Microsoft owns it. But they need exclusives.
imagine
but
if they
just
got
won't do it.
Imagine if they got Tim Schafer to do it. Fucking just like say, okay, make the most adult game you can make, but keep that Psychonauts funny charm to it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd be okay with it, but I'd still want Chris Seaver on it. But
oh yeah, definitely like have him be the voice of Conker and have creative input and stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you got the team at fucking Double Fine to do a Conker game, that would be so great, dude. I don't know.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, Tim Schafer is probably the only person besides Chris Seaver I would trust with Conker. But it's just like, it makes no sense to me why they haven't done this yet. Like, why they haven't just been like, oh, we have the rights to this game that we know everyone would fucking play.
I think maybe because the last time they did the Conker Live and Reloaded, it didn't take off like they thought it would.
It's like, well, why do you think the multiplayer was nothing like the OG multiplayer?
It was trash, but I think maybe
It
they're
looked
hesitant
beautiful.
to throw their eggs in that basket again. Yeah, especially like the little individual hairs on Conker's tail were
Yeah.
super dope at the time.
Yeah, and it's like, but today you don't even have to worry about how good it looks. You just have to make a good ass game, like because no matter what you do, it's gonna look good. It's the modern era. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking make a good Conker game and make it an exclusive to Xbox, and you've got your platformer. Like we don't even have an exclusive platformer on Xbox.
Yeah, not until Psychonauts 2 comes out, which is gonna be dope.
It will be dope for sure. Anyways, what you got?
Okay, my last one is Bloody Roar. I don't know why, but I
yeah.
feel like Bloody Roar died, and it would be dope nowadays. You know what I mean?
Wasn't that a fighter?
Yeah,
was
it
a
was the
fighter.
Animal Fighter.
So it was a fighter where everybody like could anamorph into an animal.
Yeah.
So like,
wow.
you
I
like build up
very
your
vaguely
turbo
remember
bar,
that.
and then you like turn into a fucking bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
just
know.
remember the cheetah lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
what? Yes.
yeah,
what the
dude.
I don't know why I remember that in Hastings. Like it just every time I went to Hastings, I remember seeing that game like for rent.
I don't think I ever played this game, but what
I
was
never
on the
played it.
cover? Hold on, we got to see what was on the cover because I know of this game, but
The
I know
Cheetah Lady. The Cheetah Lady's on the cover.
Yeah, man. There's like 4 games, so it depends on
Bloody Roar.
which cover you're talking about, and an arcade version of it.
Okay, maybe I played it in an arcade. Oh god.
Let's see it. Let's see the cover of this. Is it the Cheetah Lady? It's that one right there in the middle. The Primal Fury on GameCube is the one that I remember. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This game
That's
was my
the
jam,
old version.
dude.
Put Primal Fury. This is the old one. Space. And look at it.
But see, what I would want to do if you reboot this series would be like not make it like a traditional fighter. Maybe have more of a Soul Calibur thing where you're like circling the arena, kind of. You know what I mean? Like you
Is
can
it
go
not
left
like
and
that?
right.
It is like that, I thought.
I don't.
I thought it
remember.
was- yeah.
I thought you just went left and right.
This is like a furry's
Get your ass
nightmare,
beat by
dude.
a-
I'm pretty sure it's more like a
rabbit.
Dead or Alive kind of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely. I wouldn't say a furry's nightmare. A furry's dream.
Yeah, I was
you
about
know,
to
like
say, they would definitely. Yeah.
they'd be into it. But anyways, that's it for this week's topic of the show. We're gonna jump on over to the People's Champ. Brent, who do we got for the People's Champ this week? By the way, I shared the question thing. So we have a question on my share as well.
Okay.
I don't know if you could see it, but
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Way to complicate things.
yeah, I know. I just shared it just in case we got some extra ones.
Oh, Chad's always coming with the heat. Okay, let's
The
see.
literal heat. My body can't take it.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna give it to Michael Bolin today. He says, "We are getting a KOTOR from a non-BioWare studio. Are there any other types of Star Wars games that you think other studios would kill it on? For example, I'd love the team at IO behind Hitman to do a bounty hunter game. Would also be cool to have a new pod racing game." Yeah, both of those would be sick, especially the bounty hunter thing. I like the idea. God, man, can you imagine just being like a Han Solo type character and they drop you on this planet and you go through this like breathing Star Wars world with like millions of different, not millions, but tons of different ways to like, you know, achieve your objective. I think that would be really sick, you know? The only
for
problem is
sure.
I think, you know, you'd have to take away some of the violence of Hitman to make it a like Star Wars game that could be passable. You know
just
what I
make
mean?
it rated T. You just make it way less. Yeah, like you don't.
I mean, you can't be dropping chandeliers on people and shit, I guess, is what I'm saying. You know
you
what I
can
mean?
if they're aliens.
I guess so.
They do in KOTOR and everything. You kill aliens all the time. You know,
Yeah,
like
but that was rated M. I mean,
no, it wasn't. KOTOR is rated T.
bro, I'm pretty sure KOTOR was rated M.
You're crazy. KOTOR is rated T, and so is Bounty Hunter. And Bounty Hunter, you kill people too.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like like all the Star Wars games have always been rated T.
I love the OG bounty.
But
Look up the rating.
yeah, put rating.
yeah.
You gotta type in that rating, otherwise
You
it's not gonna
type
pop
it
it.
in into the bar.
Okay.
Come on, Jamie.
God damn it! I don't.
Put ESRB or something like just so. Oh
there it is down there. It doesn't say what.
yeah, yeah. Click here. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic ESRB.
Where are you seeing
The
that?
second link.
Down. There you go.
Jesus,
Bada boom.
This is very
Great
important. Rated T
TV.
for
Oh
violence.
yeah, sure enough. All right. I don't know why I thought it was M.
No, every Star Wars game. I don't think there's a single. There was gonna be a rated M Star Wars game, which was 1313, but it didn't happen.
Well, that just furthers my point, though. You can't make an M-rated Star Wars game now. I feel like
No,
you
it
know
doesn't
what I
have
mean?
to be M rated. That's what I was saying. Just make it rated T.
I know, but what I'm saying is you'd have to like cut down the. You'd have to make it significantly different to like accommodate for the M rating. I feel like
I mean, is there like gore in Hitman? Like,
Hitman is messed up, dude. Like, you can like poison people and like fucking kill them. It's the whole game is just killing people in creative ways. Like,
Do you not remember the part in KOTOR where kids literally beat an alien to death with rocks?
dude, I just think it's a different era, and KOTOR would be rated M if it was to go before a ratings board today. I think so. That's just my opinion.
There's no blood. There's nothing like.
Yeah, but there's fucked up shit all throughout KOTOR.
Yeah, but there's no blood. You know what I'm saying? There's no gore. It's the gore and the blood that makes it M. You know, like if there's blood and like dismemberment and stuff like that, and like you can get away with certain types of dismemberment.
So you're telling me we could have a game where I'm constantly strangling aliens and hiding them in a closet and like stealing their clothes and shit. And
Destroy All Humans is rated T. Destroy All Humans is rated T, and it just got remade, rated T.
Okay, but that's not the same, dude.
You literally
You're
kill
not-
humans constantly.
Yeah, but it's not like graphic and realistic. You know what I'm saying? You're not like hiding in wait for
That is
30 minutes
cartoonish.
waiting on your target to come in the room so you can like drown them in the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
you
different,
kind of do
you know?
that in Bounty Hunter. You can strangle people, but it's not like you're waiting for them. But yeah, you go searching for people to kill them. You can blow them up with rockets. You can like straight shoot them with
I'm just saying, I
blasters.
think you would lose something from the experience trying to make it a T-rated game.
Yeah. Also,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess, but I just see.
I do agree. I think it would be tight. You know?
Yeah, with the Star Wars thing, I guess another like game that I wish would happen is if we got like a really good racer. We need another good racer. We haven't gotten like a pod racing game in a long time. I feel like after like 2004, we just kind of forgot about the prequels. Like whenever it comes to games, other than like Lego Star Wars, I feel like we still have some stuff to do in the Clone Wars. You know what I'm saying? Or around that time and before it. Like with little Anakin. You know what I'm saying?
You know how like in KOTOR 2 they had that like drag racing mini game? You know?
Yeah. That's I like that.
I would love to have with the new KOTOR they're working on allegedly. I would like to have some kind of like pod racing mini game. I think that would be sick. Just basically the pod racer game, but just like on the side as part of the KOTOR game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it makes you wonder, like, where was the pod racing? Like just because it was however many thousands of years before, or 1,000 years before. It's still, I mean, if they have that type of racing, why wouldn't they have pod racing?
I feel like there's a lot of shit in the early trilogy, like not the early trilogy, but like
The prequels.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah, that like just never appears again in the show.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Like the Gungans, you know what I mean? Or like,
I wonder why.
I mean, I get it that there was like fan outrage about Jar Jar, but it's like, come on, guys, you can't just like make them part of the lore and then just pretend they don't exist because people didn't like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
and also the way stuff looks in the prequels. Like,
yeah, I kind of get that because it's like pre-war or whatever, you know,
pre
and
the
like,
takeover of the Empire.
and a lot of it's just like Naboo culture. I think like a lot of the Naboo stuff really had that distinct rounded off look to it. You know what I mean?
True.
Well, I felt like a lot more of the ships in general too, though.
Yeah, even on Tatooine.
Totally,
even
totally.
off of Naboo.
Yeah, like on Tatooine, even the pod racer looked like that. Like
yeah.
even
the clone ships with the when
they
they're
had like
fighting
their
the Gungans,
bubble
yeah.
bullshit and like
Clone War era had that round look to everything. You know what I mean?
yeah, and it was obviously because of all the CG, but still, like you can't do that and then take it all away.
Yeah.
I think like even somewhere like in the new Star Wars, like the sequels, we should have seen like artifacts
Like a
or
relic.
like
Yeah,
it's like
that would be great to see.
it's like from before the Great Wars,
or maybe like
you know?
you're still flying that old clunker, and like they have like a fucking shitty
this
ass,
yellow
like
fucking like starfighter flies through.
that would be sick, dude.
It's like, what happened to all that shit? Did it just fucking disappear?
That's what I want to know. Like,
come on. But anyways, yeah. So I want a game based in the prequels. Like,
I want a game where you're fucking Jar Jar Binks and you're like fucking going just like everybody forgot about you and like you're just like you come back and you're just the hero.
You're the Punisher. Like, you just get revenge for like everybody forgetting about you, even though you like help save the world.
Exactly. Fucking Jar Jar didn't do shit to nobody, and everybody just abandoned his ass after the first movie, man.
Though he did get medals, he became a senator, didn't he?
Yeah,
or something
I
like
think
that.
he did.
But so like, like he was completely forgot. He's like, he's the president now. But like, I think like another Obi-Wan game. Like I think if anything, we should get like an Obi-Wan game.
Adventures 2.
Force
Yeah,
Unleashed would be dope.
In the style of like the Jedi Outcast games or something like that, where it's just a long story but in a third-person action game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be cool with just Jedi Fallen Order 2.
Yeah.
In that respect. But yeah, I feel that. Okay, moving on. We got John Evans Turner here.
What up?
He said, what is the next best game this year, and why is it still Apex?
The next best game?
I guess so. That's what the question says.
What was the last part of that?
I'm gonna say it.
And why is it still Apex?
It's not Apex. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Apex is fun, but it's not Apex.
No.
No, Apex is one of those games I get into for like 3 or 4 days at a time,
Yep.
and then just drop for months, and then come back every now and then. You know what I mean?
Dude, it's too slow. Like I was playing Apex for like 2 weeks, and then I went back over to Warzone like last night, and I had to drop my sensitivity because the aiming was so fast. Like I was like, what the hell, dude?
I don't have a problem with the pacing in Apex. It's just like I can't get in a game a lot of times, you know, and I don't know why. I think it puts me on a weird server or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. I find games pretty quickly.
I don't see it's weird for me. I don't know.
But the best game though, the next best game this year is gonna be Halo Infinite. Mark my words. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be perfect.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline 2.
Which one?
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline 2.
Something about Grandpa 2?
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline 2.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's definitely going to be that.
Guys, we already got it, okay? It's Cyberpunk.
God. That game, I guarantee you, will not be in any game of the year contending. Like, for just because of all the controversy, 1. 2, because it came out so early this year. Like, by the time we get to Game Awards, people are going to forget about it.
Cyberpunk's going to be just like The Witcher 3. It's not going to get its just deserves until years from now when it's been updated and stuff. Like, The Witcher 3 wasn't, like, raved about until, like, it's been out for a while. It was weird. Like, it blew up all of a sudden
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
about. Okay. So, we've got Brian Makatezuma here. He says, why do you think Activision hasn't implemented an anti-cheat for Warzone?
Because they're cheap as hell. It costs them like $1 million or some shit. I saw something about this where they were saying how like it costs like $500,000 to $1 million to implement anti-cheat, but they made over $6 billion in the last year. So it's like that little chunk of change does nothing, but it's them just not
does nothing
caring.
But preserve the credibility of you as like a competitive game. Because like honestly, like if you do that, like if you don't do that, it's hard to be like serious. Like there was that competition recently where a team got kicked off of like this 250,000 grand prize like tournament because they got caught cheating. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, if they're
implement anti-cheat, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're brazen enough to bring it to the damn tournament, like, come on, guys. You know,
if PUBG can have Battle Eye, I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If PUBG can afford to pay for anti-cheat, it's like, come on, guys. Like EA can do it. You know,
fucking slacking.
Dude, for real.
It's Activision, right? My bad. Activision could do it for sure. Anyways, what's the next question?
All right, we got Aaron Jones here. He says, do you think the effects of COVID will cause a higher rate of delays this year, causing next-gen titles to be pushed back that were in mid-development? If so, do you think Nintendo, who didn't bring much to the table over the holidays last year, just go ham this year with Metroid 4, Breath of the Wild 2, Zelda 35th Collection? What is that? Pokemon Snap, possible remakes, etc.
I don't think they will. I think what's going to happen with Nintendo is that they'll do exactly the opposite of what everyone expects them to do. So, like, everybody's like, it's obvious they got to come out with all these awesome games this year. It's not going to happen. We might see Breath of the Wild 2. I think we'll probably see, like, some lesser Mario game. We'll probably see, like, a Kirby. You know, we'll see, like, it was just the shit that you don't really care for besides Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay, I have a theory about Breath of the Wild 2. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is the only game that we're going to get this year, and I think it's going to launch alongside the updated hardware. Yeah, we're going to... I think the big focus this year is probably going to be updating
new hardware. Yep. Yeah. And which sucks because I want Metroid Prime, and I don't think we're ever going to get a Metroid trilogy. I just don't see them doing it. They don't care.
We already have a trilogy.
No, the remaster. Like everybody's been talking about them remastering the trilogy leading up to 4.
No.
Also, they just restarted the production on 4. You know, so like we're not going to see that for probably another year or so. Mm-hmm. Like it's just not going to happen. You know, unless like it's just a miracle, you know, but
at least we're getting Pokemon Snap.
yeah, that big hitter. But it's
Hey,
still,
that's all I care about.
that's
dude.
all Brent
I'm
wants.
about to blow the dust off my Switch like it's the fucking Jumanji game, dude. Okay. We also have another question from Aaron Jones here. He says, also, just because I'm hyped about the actual game, Resident Evil 8, do you like the more supernatural themes in it over just zombies survival horror?
Yes.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
the
but
supernatural things.
I also don't think it's the supernatural. You know, like they can still play it off as the T virus. It's that it just goes further back. You know what I'm saying? Like they could. I didn't play all the way through 7, so I don't know if there is some type of paranormal shit that happens, but
Not really. I mean, it's not zombies anymore in 7 really, but it's like these mold things that are basically zombies. They're like monsters that like walk and act like zombies. They're kind of like the things in 4 that shoot the spikes out of their bodies, you know?
Is it still based around the T virus?
Yeah.
Okay, see,
Mutated T virus.
Yeah, it's not paranormal, and I don't think this is paranormal. I think this is like some type of historical and it's not even historical because Ethan's there, you know. So it's still based in now. It's still based around the T virus, you know. Like it's just,
I don't know. My honest opinions are this. I feel like this game is gonna take a big fat steamy dump all over the lore of Resident Evil, but at the same time, I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's interesting that they're taking a new direction, so it's not just the same thing we've expected over and over again. But I also think that they're going to just completely diarrhea shit all over the lore of Resident Evil right now with this game. And I don't hate that. I just think it's like a lot of people are going to be real pissed off. I can mark my words, dude.
What makes you think that?
The story.
Yeah, but what about the story would piss people off?
It's Resident Evil 8, and we're going into werewolves and vampires and shit. Like, obviously, that's not Resident
there's
Evil
gonna be
as
an
people
answer.
expect it. You know, there might be an answer, but I'm saying like it's gonna piss people off.
Yeah,
you
people
know,
are still gonna be
there was a
unhappy
great
with it.
answer for the fucking Last of Us 2, and that pissed people off. Like, this is way more lore encroaching than fucking Joel dying in The Last of Us 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
but they
people
make
were-
up for it with milk mommies, dude.
I'm just saying, I'm excited about the game, but I can see how people are going to be mad about this. A lot of diehard Resident Evil fans are going to fucking lose their top about this shit. Like, I can promise you. You saw how many people hated on Resident Evil 7, and it was like a close to normal Resident Evil experience to me.
I didn't. I mean, personally, I didn't see people hate on it. Like, but I didn't go looking for it either. So, like, I didn't go look at reviews or anything.
There's a lot of
just
people
assumed
that
a
are
lot of
just like,
people
oh,
liked
it's trash because it's first person. It's not even Resident Evil anymore. It's like, oh, you thought that wasn't even Resident Evil anymore. Wait till you get first person with fucking werewolves. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
like,
yeah. That sounds so tight, though.
I agree. I think it's going to be dope.
Oh, by the way, one of the games I forgot to mention was No One Lives Forever on the topic.
God, dude. That was such a good franchise. Dude, that's like the ultimate thing I should have had on my list, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Classic.
Those games are still fun.
Anyways, what's the last question or from you? And then I have Chad's over here.
That's it.
Okay. All right. So Chad asks, what kind of chicken is your favorite favorite KFC, Popeyes, Church's, or any other I forgot to mention? So where are we going, guys? Where are we going for dinner?
Well, I mean,
if
literally
chicken's on the
right
menu.
right after this, I'm going to Cane's. So
Ooh, Cane's.
Cane's is
Cane's.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
big on. I really just don't enjoy chicken on the bone. So like fried chicken on the like KFC.
What about tenders?
Yeah, I only fuck with tenders. Yeah.
You know,
So you prefer Cane's tenders to all 3 of those places' tenders?
Yes.
Okay.
there's nothing quite like a KFC bucket, though.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
like,
KFC all the way over here. And I'm sad we don't have one in Huntsville, you know?
oh yeah, there used to be one, but in that used to be the place for like a family dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro.
my dad would come home with a big bucket of chicken.
Oh, my God.
And then, like, you know, the all the helpings, like we'd have like mashed potatoes and gravy and like
I remember that. I feel like
coleslaw.
I remember your
Corn, the
dad bringing like
biscuits.
30
Oh,
CC's
goodness.
pizzas home. Like,
Oh, goodness.
y'all would have so many pizzas at your house. Like, it was like no available counter space
Leave
at
the
all.
house,
It would
take a
just be
pizza.
pizzas everywhere.
Straight
like,
up.
Fucking
every Friday. It's because like my dad was like friends with the guy who like owned or ran the CC's Pizza for some reason.
Yeah.
And every Friday he would just go and he'd like give him a huge discount and he'd just buy like 10 boxes of pizza. And then we just and
we
like
ate so much pizza.
it'd just be Brent
How,
and like
how long ago? When did the CC's close?
oh,
Oh,
man, it was
man.
forever ago. I
I'm
feel
about to say
like
because I didn't know Huntsville with a CC's.
yeah, dude, it was a while back. We were like kids. I'm talking like
little
8
kids,
to
yeah.
12 like
oh yeah,
age.
that was way before I came to
Yeah.
Texas.
They'd just be like, all like I just invite like Brent and Dakota and Dylan and everybody over, and we just eat pizza and
Yeah,
play Xbox.
Play video games. Yeah. Those were the days, man.
But anyways, yeah. So the KFC for me.
KFC for me too, except I will say I really enjoy Zaxby's chicken a lot too. It's just hard to get my hands on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that name is atrocious. You know, it's Zaxby's. But then you're going with Cane's.
Yes.
Wow.
That's real.
Yeah.
I respect that, but at the same time, Cane's chicken itself isn't like my favorite thing. It's the Cane's sauce that I like. Like if
Yeah.
my ideal bite would be like a KFC nugget in Cane sauce.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Like
I would have to put okay. Speaking on tenders, because I don't really fuck with on the bone fried chicken.
Yeah.
But like the quality of chicken used in Cane's is a lot better or a lot fresher. It's
Are you saying than KFC, bro?
the
KFC
KFC tenders?
is
Last
like
time I had
high
KFC tenders.
class, bro.
Dude.
Oh, you're talking about tenders.
Yeah, that's why I said
Okay,
I can't
yeah.
speak to on the bone because I don't fuck with. Yeah. I don't-
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for KFC's tenders, man. It's the 11 herbs and spices.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're
You know?
they're like they're I guess the crust of it's good, but the quality of the chicken I feel is a lot less.
I will say this though. I will fuck up any box of chicken tenders you put in front of me. I don't give a fuck if it's from Church's
is
or
also true,
Popeyes. Like,
yeah.
I will eat the shit out of every single chicken tender, dude.
You know, there's like 4 people. I think it's 2 or 4 people in the world that know the exact ingredients to the KFC
Oh, yeah.
thing, and they're not allowed to fly on a plane together. Like, it's written in their contract. They can't fly on planes together. They can't be in vehicles together because if they all die at one time, we lose the
We
recipes.
lost.
And also, like, you have to, like, they only know part of the recipe. So,
Yes.
like, you have to have both of them in the same room to, like, do the recipe
Like
together.
the launch code.
Yeah,
yeah.
it is. It's like the Coca-Cola
2 keys,
formula, too,
2
is like
keys.
that. They have the...
Yeah, it's like Resident Evil, like when you're trying to like get out of a certain room or whatever, and you got to bring like all the shit together. It's like that, but with people's lives, you know. So, like, but that's why they take the time, they put the effort and the care into the 12 herbs and spices. So that's why I'm going KFC. But
12?
Yeah, we gain it.
or 11.
That's
sorry.
okay.
Wow.
The extra herb is the biscuit.
The herb.
Makes the KFC that much better. But anyways, so that's it for listener questions. Thanks so much everybody for writing in, and we will answer more questions next week. But Brent, round us out with the good old. Oh, you didn't have one this week, did you?
Oh, I do have one.
Oh,
this
you
week.
did. Your face
Oh.
was like,
It's
oh
better
no.
than anything you could ever imagine.
Oh no. What is it?
So what is it? What are we doing?
Well, it's Brent's crazy ass question or whatever I'm calling it. I don't know. I don't even care. But it's a crazy question. It's not a crazy question. It's a fact
It's a crazy fact that you.
that I'm going to make into a question
Yeah.
for you guys. So here's the question.
All right,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Why were graham crackers invented? Do you know this?
Why were they invented?
Why were they invented?
I'm gonna say. Hold on. So graham crackers are the cinnamony, like crackers, right? The
Yes.
ones that
Yeah,
are sweet.
The one you use in s'mores.
Okay.
They don't have to be cinnamony.
Were they
I guess.
originally sweet though?
Yeah, they're sweet.
Or not cinnamony, but
They can
They
be.
can.
I mean,
You can get.
you can get some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get some.
Okay.
Some
I'm
of
gonna
them
say
are.
Man.
they were
Oh.
originally created for the military.
Oh man, that's a really good guess, actually.
That's
But
my
that's
guess.
not it.
Okay.
No.
What do you
if
got?
you
Jeff?
guess this, it's because you know it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's
okay.
like it's that kind of ridiculous.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go way out in the field with this
Okay.
one. Fucking. Now that you say that, I have no idea.
Just
I
take
really-
a wild stab, as crazy as you want to be.
Got another one.
Well, it's,
After the fall of communism in the Soviet Union, they had to find a way to cheaply feed all the people graham crackers.
You're getting colder.
I figured it's very specific.
That's pretty wild. I like that.
Okay, so what do you got?
I literally don't even. I was gonna go something along the lines of eating it, but obviously that's not.
Well, yeah, it is for eating.
Dipping in fucking tea. I don't know.
All right, can I just tell you guys?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Graham crackers were invented. Graham crackers were invented to stop sexual urges and desires.
What?
Because the inventor, Reverend Sylvester Graham, believed that eating meat and fat led to sexual excess.
Oh yeah, and he's like a super. Okay, so I did know this because of last podcast on the left, but I didn't know it was the graham cracker guy. I thought it was for a different type of cracker.
Ah, yeah.
Damn.
Excuse me, guys. I'm feeling a bit horny. Gonna go eat some graham crackers.
He's like a super Christian, devout Christian dude.
Yeah.
He thought masturbation was like really
Kellogg.
bad.
Yeah.
Like
He
Dr.
thought meat
like
and
Kellogg.
fat increased lust, was extremely anti-refined white flour, instead favoring wheat flour.
So if you go with the graham cracker, you will not masturbate.
No.
You will not have
Next
sex.
time you're feeling horny,
Eat
and
a
you shouldn't be,
s'mores.
take a graham cracker with you.
Yeah, it's definitely wherever you're going. Like if you feel like you're gonna just randomly get horny at the supermarket or whatever, always keep a graham cracker on you.
You're going to your sex addict anonymous class, bring a pack just in case.
They hand those out there for a reason. Anyways, remember guys, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before everyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast every Tuesday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Like 6 or 7 of you did today, which was awesome. Thanks for being here, guys. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on youtube.com/Create for Sanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JafferJamel and Brent at Brent has one. That's the number 1. And Devin at Devin Dreas. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners.
Later.